Game 3, Knicks and Pacers in Indianapolis. Your starting lineups for the Pacers. The home team tonight, record of 47-35 during the regular season, 29-15 at home, including the playoffs, where they are undefeated. Tyrese Halliburton, 6'5", fourth-year man out of Iowa State. Big bounce-back Game 2 with 34 points, including 7 3-pointers after he scored just 6 points in Game number 1. Andrew Nembhard, 6'4", second-year man out of Gonzaga, scored 15 points in Game 2, is averaging 13.5 points throughout the playoffs and shooting 54% from the field. Aaron Nesmith, 6'6", fourth-year wing out of Vanderbilt. The last time the Knicks were here on December 30th, Nesmith scored 25 points and hit a career-high 7 3-pointers. Pascal Siakam, 6'8", eighth year out of New Mexico State, 20.9 points per game during the playoffs. That leads the Pacers, but he is 44% from the free throw line, including 0 for 2 in the fourth quarter of Game 2. Miles Turner, 6'11", ninth-year center out of Texas, has already knocked down 23 pointers during the playoffs, becoming the 7th center in NBA history to hit at least 23s during a playoff run. And the head coach of the Pacers, Rick Carlisle, ejected in Game 2 after picking up 2 fourth-quarter technical fouls. It's his 22nd year as a head coach and his 15th time in the playoffs. The Knicks are 50-32 during the regular season, and including the postseason, 25-19 on the road. They were 2-1 in round 1 in Philadelphia. Knicks led by Jalen Brunson, 6'2", sixth-year man out of Villanova, missed the final 15.5 minutes of the first half with a foot injury on Wednesday. Then he played all 24 minutes of the second half, scoring 24 points after halftime. Dante DiVincenzo, 6'5", sixth-year out of Villanova. He has set playoff career highs in each of the last 3 games, including 28 points in Game number 2. Josh Hart, 6'4", seventh year out of Villanova. He has played every minute of this series. Since sitting briefly in the second quarter of Game 6 at Philadelphia in round 1, Hart has played 126 consecutive minutes of basketball. Precious Achiuwa making his first start of the playoffs in place of OG Anunoby. Achiuwa, 6'8", fourth year out of Memphis. He started 18 straight games from January 29th through March 10th, averaged 12.5 points, 9.5 rebounds, and nearly 2 blocks per game as a starter. And Isaiah Hartenstein, 7'1", sixth year from Germany. He had 14 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, a near triple-double in Game number 2. The Knicks are coached by Tom Thibodeau, who has taken his team to the playoffs for the 9th time in his 12 seasons as an NBA head coach. And with the Knicks, Thibodeau with a 13-11 postseason record. Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt with you Friday night in Indianapolis. Monica, let's talk about the Pacers' defense. Rick Carlisle has used Nembhard. He has used Nesmith. He has also used T.J. McConnell to try to contain Jalen Brunson. Yet Brunson is still averaging 36 points per game through the first 2 of this series. What has been the most effective tactic against the Knicks' most important player?
I don't know. The jury's still out on that, Pat, because Jalen's still getting his numbers. Right. Literally, the foot injury is probably the most effective. Look, the 3 options that the Pacers have, they present different strengths and different weaknesses. I think Andrew Nembhard has been up to the challenge, but he just doesn't have enough size to bother Jalen Brunson. Aaron Nesmith, he has the size, but maybe is not as sound as a defender in terms of his decision-making. And T.J. McConnell, while he is pesky and bothers Jalen Brunson, he also doesn't really have the size if Jalen Brunson gets into the paint where he has his patented footwork to show off. And so it's really going to have to be a team defensive decision. We saw in Game 2, for the first time in the series, the Pacers looked to run some traps at JB, and then it was imperative that the remainder of the Knicks on the floor make themselves available for quality looks at the basket.
Our officiating crew is led by the crew chief, James Capers. He works with Kevin Scott and Brett Barnaky. And the opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the brand new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glass is up to enjoying Tullamore do responsibly. Knicks in their Association Edition uniforms, their home whites that they wore for Game 1 of this series, with New York in orange across their chest. The Pacers, for the third straight game, wearing their Statement Edition uniforms, yellow with a navy diagonal stripe down the right side above a white panel with Indiana in navy blue across the chest. Hartenstein and Turner to jump it up. Game 3 from Indianapolis. Hartenstein wins the tip. Ball in the hands of Jalen Brunson, and we're underway. Nesmith guarding Brunson to begin. It's DiVincenzo with the ball in his hand, just inside midcourt. Holding it in front of him, now passes to Achua on the right wing. Achua one dribble to his right side. Brunson circles to the top. Shot clock down at 5. Brunson goes to the right-hand side. One dribble, pull-up three-pointer off the front of the rim. Achua taps the rebound, and it's run down by DiVincenzo. Leaves his feet, but finds Hartenstein left side of the arc. Another possession for the Knicks. DiVincenzo bounce past Hart, right wing. Couple dribbles towards the top, fires a three, knocks it down, and the Knicks lead 3-0.
We haven't seen as much three-point shooting from Josh Hart as we saw in the previous series versus the Sixers, but it's good to know that the option is still there.
First minute of game number 3. Good start for the Knicks. Siakam on the right elbow, above his head, holding the basketball. Gives it out to Nembhard. Couple dribbles back out to Siakam on the right wing. Achua guarding him. Spin move by Siakam off the glass and in, and the Knicks lead 3-2.
Siakam scored there, but a good decision by by Precious Achua to keep his hand down as opposed to trying to contest late and picking up a silly foul.
Those two also former teammates from earlier this season with the Toronto Raptors. Hartenstein in the high post, turns and faces on Turner. Couple of right-handed dribbles to the right elbow. Bounce past Brunson, knocked away by Nesmith. Bodies fall to the floor. Nesmith comes up with it to Siakam. Ahead to Nembhard. Right corner, Halliburton. Corner three-pointer off the mark. Hart the rebound, and he wants to push. Now he hands it to Brunson, who brings it across the timeline. Minute and a half gone by. Knicks lead the Pacers 3-2. Brunson turning the corner down the lane, throws it up and in, off the glass, but no. Wave it off. A late whistle and an offensive foul against Brunson.
And naturally, the Knicks bench is looking. They will not challenge this one.
The Pacers ball quickly into the front court for Nembhard. Has trouble handling it, but recovers. Now it's in the hands of Halliburton on the Pacers logo at midcourt. Lob pass to the foul line. Turner, one dribble. He's fouled down the lane. Shot doesn't go, but Miles Turner will get to the line.
That $35,000 worth it so far, huh?
Foul is against Precious Achua. It's the first team foul against the Knicks. It's Achua's first as well.
You know, all jokes aside, the only part that I did not respect from Rick Carlisle was pointing out what he called a dirty play between Josh Hart and Tyrese Halliburton. If you watch the play closely, as Miles Turner knocks down that first free throw, Josh Hart is using his right hand to try to pop the ball away. He loses his balance a little bit. He runs into Tyrese Halliburton. Should it have been a foul? Yes, but there was nothing dirty about it. That's not Josh's reputation. But beyond that, I understand a coach caping for their team.
Turner misses the second, so we're all tied at 3 with 2 minutes gone by here in the first. Nesmith, taller than Brunson, guarding him. Bounce pass to DiVincenzo in the front court. Brunson pops free, right side. Guarded by Siakam on a switch. Goes around him into the corner. It's Hart. Up top, DiVincenzo. Straight on three-pointer. Front rim, no. Halliburton the rebound. DiVincenzo short on that attempt. Halliburton sprints into the front court. Nesmith left open. Straight on three is good. And the Pacers lead 6-3. In transition, the secondary break that time. Brunson, left baseline, Euro step in the paint, shovels it off to Achua. A block, but a foul against Siakam, who falls to the floor on the play. The whistle by our crew chief, James Capers, will send Achua to the line.
So, as the head coach Tom Thibodeau often discusses, if you're going to call it even, that's all you can ask for. And that attack by Siakam, much to the chagrin of these Pacers fans here in the arena, looks very similar to what Miles Turner was rewarded with on the other end.
As they show the replay on the video board above the court, the crowd not agreeing with the call. Rick Carlisle content to hold on to his challenge for now as Precious Achua misses the first free throw. Achua during the regular season with the Knicks, 64% from the foul line. In the playoffs, he is now 2 for 5 after that miss. Second one for Achua is good, and the Knicks trail 6-4, ending a 6-0 run. Front court pass for Nembhard, kicks it back out to Turner on the left wing. Now Halliburton towards the foul line, backs it out. Bounce pass, Turner knocked out of his hands, off of his knee, and out of bounds off the Pacers.
Excellent timing by Jalen Brunson, who's able to get, I believe that was his left hand in there, strips the basketball away, and it bounces off of Turner's knee.
9:10 to go, first quarter. Knicks trail 6-4. Brunson around the Hartenstein screen, right wing. Steps back, now gives it top of the key. Hartenstein backdoor, DiVincenzo misses a wide-open reverse layup. Here's Halliburton in the front court. Kicks it out. Neesmith, left side, fakes the three. Up top for Nembhard. They swing it around. Halliburton, right corner, off the dribble. Step back three is good.
Halliburton has been shooting 56% from the three-point line in this series. Feeling good here at home.
He hit 7 of them in Game 2 at the Garden. It's 9-4 Pacers. They're on a 9-1 run. Brunson around the Hartenstein screen, center of the court, brings it right wing, pulls up, right elbow, high archer, it's an air ball. Halliburton the rebound, brings it up court. Halliburton into the front court, left wide open, so he pops another three, knocks that one down. Pacers lead 12-4. Quick outlet pass to Brunson. Knicks hurry it into the front court, and Jalen Brunson signals for a Knicks timeout.
Can't be surprised by this start if you're the New York Knicks, right? The Pacers so desperately needing to get back to their home turf to have some confidence. They certainly believed that they were in position to win either of the first 2 games of this series, and that did not happen. Now, the beauty of this thing is basketball continues to be a game of runs, and the Knicks have plenty of time to respond. And the other question is, can this young team maintain this level of effectiveness throughout the ballgame?
Halliburton has 6. The Pacers are 3 for 4 from downtown. Timeout Knicks with 8:10 to go in the first quarter, and Indiana leads New York 12-4. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up...
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
You made it.
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees 2024 Altima SD front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee due at lease send. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324.
I'm a New Yorker. I want to contribute to public safety.
I want a 6-figure salary.
I want to get paid after I retire.
I want to take my kids on vacation.
New York City Department of Correction Officer jobs are available now for strong, brave, bold New Yorkers with problem-solving and communication skills. Most earn more than $85,000 in their first year. Register today. Search the words City Exams on your phone, click, then scroll to Correction Officer.
On a serve with a purpose, take the test. Join, discover New York City Corrections, take the test.
Well, I talk for a living, and whether I'm in the studio or at the ballpark, I'm sure to have a cup of Bigelow tea by my side. There's nothing like fueling my voice, body, and soul with only the finest tea. Bigelow Earl Grey. This delightful blend of black tea and real bergamot oil is not your ordinary tea. It's a broadcaster's dream come true. Keeps me energized and focused throughout the broadcast, ensuring I deliver nothing but the best for my loyal listeners. So join the millions of fans that make Bigelow tea #1 in New York. Bigelow tea, the official hot tea of the New York Yankees.
Back here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, a good start for the home team. 8:10 to go first quarter. Pacers lead the Knicks 12-4. Monica, after the Knicks hit the game-opening three-pointer, a 12-1 run for Indiana over the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
They've done a good job of getting to the glass, taking away the Knicks' second-chance opportunities, although they did get a good one to start that ball game off that first possession, but they've done a good job of getting to the glass, and then they are pushing the pace. And not just that Tyrese Halliburton is pushing it with his dribble, but 3 times now early in this ball game, Nembhard twice, and I believe Neesmith once. You got guards that are already waiting in the corner, whether they can catch the ball on a pass ahead and attack, or they can catch and then find Halliburton cutting back, so it's a little bit of a give and go in the wing. And so you knew that the Pacers were going to come out with this, and that's fine. But the beauty of competition is there's still a whole lot of time left to make this thing even, or for the Knicks to take it away.
Knicks have missed their last 3 shots. The Pacers have made their last 3. 12 for Indy. Knicks ball inbounding, front court right side to Hart. Swinging around Hartenstein on the left high post. Hands it to Brunson, left side of the arc. Brunson off a jab step, couple right-handed dribbles, fallback jumper, comes up short. Neesmith taps the rebound to himself. Here comes Halliburton with his head up. The NBA's leader in assists during the regular season. Neesmith, crossover dribble in the paint around Hartenstein, up and in off the glass. It's 14-4.
After that last shot, though, partner, keep an eye on it. Jalen Brunson a little bit gimpy, acknowledging his foot didn't feel great. When he has the ball now, seems to be trying to play through it.
Deuce McBride heads to the scorer's table for the Knicks. DiVincenzo in the paint, floats it up. No good, in and out. Achua, the offensive rebound, put back, blocked by Turner, gets it back. Second attempt is good by Achua.
Achua's bringing this, his quick twitch reaction to his own miss and his own block, ultimately able to find the bottom of the basket because of his hustle.
Ending an 8-0 Pacers run. It's 14-6. Siakam coast to coast, switches to the right hand, comes up short. Achua taps the rebound, but it's picked up by Nembhard. Saved into the hands of Halliburton, left side of the arc. Nembhard left corner. Drives into the paint against Achua, kicks it out. Turner passes on the open 3. Shot clock down to 4. Halliburton from the left side. Pump fake, left corner, 3-pointer, no good off the front of the rim. Nembhard knocks the rebound out of bounds to the Knicks.
That was a great closeout by Isaiah Hartenstein. Jalen Brunson sort of jumped on the wing, kind of hoping to thwart a pass if Halliburton were to look to go back toward the top of the key. And so he and Hartenstein ended up switching a little bit. Hartenstein, great footwork, great touch, not to foul Tyrese Halliburton on that 3-point attempt. Really great stuff there from Isaiah Hartenstein.
You mentioned Jalen Brunson looking a little gimpy after his last shot attempt. He is on the Knicks bench now, replaced by Deuce McBride. Here's DiVincenzo down the lane, runs into Turner, and draws the foul against the big man for the Pacers.
Brunson has not gone to the locker room or anything. He's sitting on the bench. I think for him, he's navigating. I imagine there's a pain tolerance thing there, right? Like whatever it was that caused enough concern in Game 2, not big enough to hold him away, but I imagine there's probably some discomfort.
The foul against Miles Turner was his first. DiVincenzo hits the first free throw. The applause are for the Pacers bench, Obi Toppin and T.J. McConnell, who have been 2 of the better Pacers in this series, as well as Ben Shepherd checking in.
I think that's generous of you. I think that applause is mostly for T.J. McConnell, but, I mean, it could be spread around.
I don't disagree, but statistically, Obi Toppin has been better.
It's very true.
14-8, both free throws good, 6:35 to go. McConnell into the left corner, drives on Achua underneath the basket, kicks it out, down the lane. Halliburton leaves his feet, finds Toppin, gives it right back to Halliburton, left side, step back 3-pointer, no good. Hart the rebound, nicks the ball down by 6. Achua in the right corner, one-on-one with Toppin, and his pass goes into the backcourt. Shepherd hunkles, scoops it up, lays it in off the glass.
That's too easy if you're the New York Knicks. And miscommunication, that is essentially an assist.
A rare one for the Knicks. So they trail 16-8. Hartenstein top of the arc. One dribble, hands to DiVincenzo. Uses the Hartenstein screen. Crossover dribble right side. Little pitch and catch with Hartenstein. DiVincenzo pulls up foul line. It's an air ball. Rebounded by McConnell.
Did he get hit?
McConnell in the front court. Drives on DiVincenzo. Now backs it out. Cross court. Halliburton. Fakes the 3, couple dribbles inside the paint. Now he stops. Gets it right back from Shepherd on the right wing. Halliburton playing at such a fast pace. One-on-one with Hartenstein. Between the legs a couple of times. Slips through. Lays it up and in off the glass.
Hartenstein's done a great job defending a guard on the perimeter. He's just quicker and slippery.
18-8. Knicks down by 10. 5:20 to go in the first. Hart drives on Toppin and shuffled the feet. It's a travel against the Knicks. So 5:19 to go first quarter. Pacers lead the Knicks 18-8. Started the Knicks' 4th turnover of this first quarter.
Yeah, and the turnovers seem to be lapses in concentration more than anything to me.
McConnell handling the point guard duties now. Gives it to Turner, top of the arc. He's guarded by Hartenstein. Turner, a jab step. Now he puts it on the floor. Looking to drive on Hartenstein. Down the lane, lays it up and in, off the glass.
That's the most aggressive I think I've seen Miles Turner to date in this particular series.
20-8, a 12-point lead for Indiana. Hard into the front court to DiVincenzo on the left side. Right side of the arc, it's Hart. Uses the Hartenstein screen inside the foul line. Underneath bounce pass. Hartenstein's floater is good.
One thing I will give the Pacers for defensively is they've got the Knicks playing about 3 to 4 steps away from the three-point line.
Here's Halliburton up top, Toppin. Right back to Halliburton on the left wing. McBride guarding Halliburton. Crosses over around him. Flip pass inside, knocked away by Hart. Fought for and taken by Halliburton. Cross-court pass. Shepard, right corner three, way off the mark. Toppin is blocked by Achua, and it's picked up by Hart. Toppin tries to knock it away from behind, unsuccessfully. Hart drives to the basket, lays it in with the left hand.
Just Josh Hart's unwillingness to give up on the play. Great read in terms of beating the pass to the roller in Miles Turner to create the near steal that was enough disruption, and then the hustle by Isaiah Hartenstein, who nearly blocks the three-point shot in front of the Pacers bench by Ben Shepard, and of course Precious Achiuwa. Obi Toppin has been playing solid basketball in this series, but Precious Achiuwa, that quick switch off the ground, meets Obi Toppin at the summit, and the Knicks get a high percentage opportunity out of their terrific defense.
Timeout Pacers. Knicks trying to withstand Indiana's quick start. We've got 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Pacers 20 and the Knicks 12. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires. Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Getting engaged will be one of the most exciting times of your life, and the winning team at London Jewelers is there to help you pop the question. The cutting-edge technology and trained professionals at London Jewelers can help you select a ring from their 2 by London collection or design the absolute perfect ring at any budget. So whether you're starting out or starting over, let the engagement experts at London Jewelers help you. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 7 locations, including Americana Manhasset and the Mall at Short Hills.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Back here in Indianapolis, 4:09 to go first quarter. Knicks trailing the Pacers 20-12. Back-to-back baskets for the Knicks. Monica, here's some numbers indicative of how both of these teams like to play. On second chance points, the Knicks are outscoring the Pacers 5-0. On fast break points, Indiana has a 6-0 advantage.
You know, that's very interesting because in the final outcome of Game 1, it was only a 1-point margin in terms of fast break, and the second chance category was 5. And so that just kind of indicates we're playing basketball in the month of May. So it's two teams that are pretty well matched and are competing at a high level.
Out of the timeout, Jalen Brunson is back in the game. Brooklyn, New York native Lance Stevenson, former Indiana Pacer, being introduced to the crowd on the video board above. So Brunson back in for the Knicks, and Jericho Sims making his first appearance not only of these playoffs, but his first ever NBA postseason appearance as he has replaced Isaiah Hartenstein.
So Jericho's in the ballgame. Move his feet, defending screens, get to the glass, block shots. Keep it real simple.
Isaiah Jackson is in, the backup center for the Pacers. Toppin drives into the right corner, sends it for Neesmith. Drives baseline, reverse layup, too strong. Hart swoops in for the rebound, brings it up court himself. McConnell cuts him off. He gets it into the front court for DiVincenzo. Sims sets DiVincenzo a screen. Right side pass now for Hart. Brunson on the right wing. Neesmith still guarding him. Now McConnell switches on to him. Brunson drives on McConnell. Bounce pass Hart on the baseline, out of his reach and out of bounds for a fifth Knicks turnover.
So, again, of those 5, 3 in my mind I can think of off the top were literally just errant passes, solid ideas, just a little bit of a loss in concentration.
Back to the Pacers, 3.5 to go. McConnell to Toppin in the right corner. One dribble, hands it back to McConnell, right wing. Doesn't usually like to shoot three-pointers. Crossing over against McBride on the baseline. Shot clock down to 5. Toppin driving from the top, kicks it up top. Halliburton, fallback three-pointer, no good. Long rebound, pulled by Hart, his 5th of the first. Hart brings it up towards the foul line, drives on Toppin. Jump stop, bounce pass up top. McBride, quick release 3, off the front of the rim. Jackson the rebound for the Pacers. Here's Halliburton to Toppin on the left wing. Back to Halliburton, driving down the lane. Scoop shot off the glass is good.
Jericho Sims, unlike Isaiah Hartenstein, unable to sort of play the middle on that pick and roll. He immediately retreated to try to guard Miles Turner and left the lane wide open for Tyrese Halliburton.
22-12. Knicks down by 10. Brunson from the right side. Brings it center, now cuts back towards the foul line. Backing in on Neesmith. Shot clock down to 5. Brunson, fall back. Right side is good from 15 feet away. 22-14. Knicks down 8. McConnell quickly the other way, all the way to the basket. Off balance shot is no good. Another rebound in traffic by Hart. He pushes it up. Has McBride cutting the lane. Finds some space, but too strong on the layup. A late whistle on the rebound as Neesmith grabbed the board and looked to get hit in the face.
Jericho Sims comes in to attempt to grab the rebound after Aaron Neesmith basically has dibs on it, and it's his right arm that kind of clocks Neesmith in the head. No, nothing malicious there, just a late effort.
So the foul indeed against Jericho Sims. Knicks' second team foul. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the first. Knicks down 22-14. McConnell crossover dribble to the left wing. DiVincenzo pestering him. Under 2 minutes to go. McConnell loses it, but it goes into the hands of Toppin in the left corner. High post for Siakam. Couple of jab steps. Bounce pass, deflected, and picked off by Hart. Knicks looking to push. Hart, DiVincenzo on the left side. Fires away and knocks down the 3.
Dante DiVincenzo is never not going to go for what could be the dagger.
After he missed his first 4 field goal attempts, he knocks down that one. Knicks back within 5, 22-17. Toppin drives nice speed inside as Jackson lays it in. Quickly the other way come the Knicks. DiVincenzo on the left wing, 24-17 Pacers. Minute 20 to go. Hart right wing. Sims comes out to set him a screen. One dribble, and then to Brunson between the circles. Neesmith out on Brunson, all the way up on him, in fact. Brunson using the dribble to get away. Brings it left side. Up top, DiVincenzo, 2 in a row. Yeah! Knocks that one down.
Remember, it's the DiVincenzo-Neesmith screen combo that caused a lot of conversation after game 1.
DiVincenzo with 8 points here in the first quarter. Left block, Siakam, nice move in the post against Hart as he lays it in.
My wish would not be for Josh Hart to have to expend the energy guarding Pascal Siakam one-on-one, but with this particular lineup, he's probably the best equipped. Jericho Sims has to slide down and be a better help position.
26-20 Pacers, 40 seconds to go in the first. They throw a double team at Brunson, gets around that, turns the corner left side, Euro step, comes up short. McConnell the rebound in traffic. Pacers hurry it up court. There's a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McConnell brings it right wing. McBride picks him up, and now Jackson sets him a screen. Into the corner. Neesmith, quick 3. It's a long 2, but it's good. And it's 28-20. Knicks down 8. Shot clock is off. Final 15 seconds of the first quarter. DiVincenzo across the timeline. Hands it to Jalen Brunson. Letting some time run off. It's down to 8 seconds. Now he drives behind the back dribble on Neesmith. Left side, bottled up, stolen away by McConnell. knocked away by DiVincenzo, and he's blocked at the rim by Jackson, and the first quarter comes to an end. A wild sequence by both teams.
So, obviously the headline is, what is Jalen Brunson going to look like? It does feel like he's taking a hit in terms of his efficiency in this one, and I don't know if that's because he's navigating a little bit of pain, but I also will say that the Pacers did a good job defending him in this first quarter. Aaron Nesmith has been smart. He's been bothersome. The help defense has rotated, and so we'll see if things level out, if he finds his rhythm, and if that defense remains as consistent as this game continues on. All things considered, the way this thing started, for it to be an 8-point ball game, the Knicks are not in bad position. And like I said, good starts are one thing, but what can you do consistently?
Visit London Jewelers today at any of their 7 locations, including at the Americana Mall and the mall at Short Hills. 8 points for DiVincenzo, 10 for Tyrese Halliburton. First quarter of Game 3 in the books, and the Pacers lead the Knicks 28-20 here in Indianapolis. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks are in. It's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. Download the BetMGM app and make every playoff game, every vital play mean more than ever. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years or older to wager and physically present in New York or New Jersey only. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Open Road BMW. Come visit their newly constructed state-of-the-art BMW dealership, conveniently located on Route 1 in Edison, New Jersey. Here you'll find over 7 acres of new and certified pre-owned BMWs ready for immediate delivery. If you need world-class service, their 50 service bays and the convenience of over 100 customer loaner cars are at your service. For an exceptional BMW buying experience of one of the Tri-State's largest BMW facilities, visit OpenRoadBMW.com.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
Back here in Indiana, start of the second quarter. Monica, in between quarters, the Pacers picked up another point. That late three-pointer that was in the far corner by Aaron Nesmith, originally called a 2. They took another look. He was behind the line, so a three-pointer there for Nesmith. So as we begin the second quarter, 29-20, Knicks trail. But as you said going into the break, all things considered, as the Pacers are shooting 55% from the field, feels like it could be a little worse.
Yeah, and truthfully, the Knicks have shot 50% from the three-point line, but I don't think they've really looked settled. Maybe the 2 Dante DiVincenzo threes and the Josh Hart attack and then the Josh Hart assist to Isaiah Hartenstein, they looked most like themselves in terms of poise and being settled in their execution. So there's plenty of basketball left to be played. You knew, listen, historically in these series, a 3-0 hole, I should say, is not where you want to be in terms of your opportunity to come back, and the Pacers certainly understand that. But I believe the Knicks do as well.
Knicks have come back throughout these playoffs. The Pacers have led by as many as 12. The Knicks are 5-1 this postseason when trailing by at least 10. McConnell misses a layup on the first trip down court. Hart grabs yet another rebound into the front court, gives to Alec Burks, making his second appearance of this postseason. Hartenstein is back in for Sims. McBride, Hart, Burks, and Brunson round out the Knicks unit on the floor. Hartenstein hands to Brunson, left side of the arc. Step back, open look for 3, off the side of the rim, rebounded by McConnell. Quick outlet for Siakam to Jackson running the floor. Long strides through the lane. Comes up short. Burks, the rebound. and is fouled by Siakam.
A dual contest there from Jalen Brunson and Deuce McBride on the layup attempt by Isaiah Jackson. They did not make contact. In fact, Brunson flies in front of him and basically out of the play, as does Deuce McBride in a different direction. But they were disruptive enough to make Jackson think about getting that shot blocked, and he smoked the layup.
First minute of the second quarter. Knicks with the ball down by 9, 29-20. Hard to Brunson, brings it center of the court. Crosses over against Neesmith. Right corner, Hard, a jab step. Up top, McBride fires a three, and he knocks that down.
Great pass by Josh Hart. We saw this in Game 1. When the Knicks are decisive, that's when they put themselves in the best position to be successful.
29-23, Knicks down 6. McConnell left open, fires a three, well off the mark. Rebound tap taken by Siakam, and he finishes falling to the floor.
That ball bounces off the heel of Josh Hart's hand.
McBride beats everyone down court. Hart finds him. Now he kicks it out to Burks on the left wing as Indiana recovers. Hartenstein, top of the arc, one dribble, hands to Burks. Pulls up top of the key jumper, and that is good for Alec Burks.
I will sign up for a game that causes us to think of a Game 3 victory for the Knicks as the Alec Burks game, if that can be a possibility.
Here's Neesmith driving the lane. Brunson hits the deck. It's an offensive foul against the Pacers.
Pascal Siakam is trying to set the screen and roll, but he basically runs over Jalen Brunson.
And then steps over him.
Right. He's not in. So Pascal is. He basically tries to flip the screen, set it quickly, right? Go ahead and review this if you want to, Pacers. I do not think that this will be overturned at all.
James Capers gave them every opportunity to challenge before handing the ball to McBride to inbound. So the Knicks now have it 31-25. They're down by 6. 10-10 to go here in the second. Hartenstein right elbow. Back to the basket, guarded by Jackson. Brunson on the right baseline, draws contact, floats it up, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Listen, we should have an entire off-season film study of clips of what makes Jalen Brunson so tough to guard.
So Brunson to the line for the first time tonight. The foul was against Aaron Neesmith. Brunson's first is short. He's been short on a lot of attempts so far tonight.
Yeah, I think that I might attribute to whatever he's navigating with that foot. Doesn't quite have the lift that we're accustomed to seeing from him.
Monica, go back to the Pascal Siakam offensive foul on the illegal screen. That was his third, and he is now on the bench. Brunson hits the second.
That is going to be crucial, right? Like, particularly in the game where the Knicks don't have OG Anunoby, who had done a really good job on Siakam through the first 2 games.
So Brunson goes 1 for 2. Knicks trail 31-26. Nembhard back in the game to Toppin, right side of the arc. McBride takes the ball away from him, falls to the floor as he was pushed down by Andrew Nembhard.
So do you think these will be submitted to the league, or what do you think?
My partner bringing heat with the snarkiness so far here in the first half. Brunson back to the bench. Tom Thibodeau managing his rest in a much different fashion than we're accustomed to as he's continuing to battle that foot injury. DiVincenzo back in. So right now it's McBride handling the point guard duties. Between the circles, gives to Hartenstein. 9:45 to go. DiVincenzo gets free. Reverse layup is good, and the Knicks are back within 3.
In Game 2, the Knicks were actually 8 of 10 off of passes from Isaiah Hartenstein. He's an excellent passer.
McConnell on the left wing, one-on-one with Burks. Drives baseline underneath the basket, lays it up and in off the glass.
That's a tough move by T.J. McConnell. The change of speed and a quick acceleration and stops short right at the basket.
Before that, the Knicks were on a 22-11 run. DiVincenzo knocks down the 3 from the left wing, and the Knicks trail 33-31.
All right, he won't give me the ingredients, so we're going to make up some. I think that's a little basil, a little pepper going, the big ragu getting it going.
Nearly 3 minutes gone by in the second. Knicks down by 2. McConnell up top for Toppin, who gives it right back to McConnell. Matched up with Hartenstein. Pull up, 12-foot jumper is good. McConnell from the left wing. Pacers lead 35-31.
Pacers have backed off of that full court pressure a bit, perhaps without Jalen Brunson in the game. That's their strategy to save a little energy.
Hartenstein on the left elbow, looking to hand the ball off to McBride. He can't get free. Now he sends it out to Burks near midcourt. Burks brings it left side. Crossover dribble back up top for DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 3. DiVincenzo drives on Nembhard. Pull-up jumper is good. And DiVincenzo is hot here in the first half.
Run it up. Count him. A personal Dante DiVincenzo run.
Knicks trail 35-33. After the quick start, Rick Carlisle, not liking what's going on, called for a Pacers timeout.
7 straight points from Dante DiVincenzo for the Knicks, and they've all been fluid and in motion. And if you're the Pacers, you don't want to see that guy get going, because he's got a penchant for filling it up. I don't think he's met too many shots he doesn't like.
Monica Knicks assistant coach Rick Brunson just made a beeline out onto the court to find DiVincenzo and give him an emphatic chest bump.
Deserved. Absolutely deserved, as the Knicks are now within one possession of the ballgame. Now, we mentioned Jalen Brunson on the bench, but I do think another thing that might be sneaky to watch in this one is how closely head coach Tom Thibodeau is looking at the matchup. Jalen Brunson's on the bench, as is Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers.
8:26 to go, second quarter. Pacers now lead the Knicks 35-33. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Slomin's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. That's right, you don't need to make any payments for 18 months. Plus, Slomin's offers next-day installation. Get an AC system installed as early as tomorrow with no payments for 18 months interest-free. Call 516-932-7000 to get your free estimate. That's 516-932-7000.
18 months promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. This offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you overcome some challenges in your life? Use your life experience to supervise and support young people in detention. Become a youth development specialist. It's a union job with a $51,000 starting salary, and you'll be making a positive impact on the lives of young New Yorkers. NYC residency not required. Apply to become a youth development specialist today at nyc.gov/YDS. That's nyc.gov/YDS.
Discover the difference at Huntington Honda, where every single Honda in stock comes with our best deal always.
Right now, save even more during our Memorial Day sales event all month long. Lease a new 2024 Honda Civic Sport 2.0 for $289 a month. Or lease a new 2024 Honda HR-V LX all-wheel drive for $319 a month.
Come discover the largest pre-owned inventory on Long Island with over 300 pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Shop HuntingtonHondaCars.com now. Huntington Honda, Jericho Turnpike, Huntington. Discover the difference.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
Back here in Indianapolis, 8:26 to go, second quarter. Monica, the Knicks have hit 5 of their first 6 field goal attempts here in the second. They have outscored the Pacers 13-6, and they're back within 2 at 35-33.
So I know we've made a lot of the bench productivity in this series, but currently you've got, or you had, still, as we come back to play, Alec Burks, Deuce McBride are on the floor from the Knicks' second unit. I like the Knicks' second unit versus the Pacers' second unit, guys. But they've made some changes out of this timeout as Tyrese Halliburton has come back to the floor, as has Andrew Nembhard.
Halliburton scored 10 points in the first quarter. As you said, he's back in. Pascal Siakam is on the Pacers bench with 3 fouls. Miscommunication. Nembhard throws the ball out of bounds.
It seems like things are settling. Both the Knicks settling in and the high level of focus of this Pacers defense and offense, frankly, has cooled off in the second quarter.
Burks now handling the basketball, gives to DiVincenzo between the rings. High post for Hart. Left side, Hartenstein, one dribble, hands to Burks. Turns the corner, pulls up, 14 feet away. It's good, and the foul for Alec Burks.
Okay, AB. Alec Burks. Again, the players have shared with us how difficult it is to remain prepared and professional when you are not in the rotation. Alec Burks, the veteran that he is, able to do that so far for the Knicks.
Ties it at 35. Chance at a three-point play here. Foul was against Miles Turner. Turner's second. Crowd wants Rick Carlisle to challenge it, but the basket would still count. Free throw is good, and the Knicks have taken a 36-35 lead.
I'm not as clear on the Pacers process, but it doesn't even look like Carlisle looks to challenge that.
Here's Nembhard, right side of the arc. jab step, drives, knocked away by DiVincenzo. Nembhard gets it back in the paint. High post. Turner, jump shot is good for the foul line.
Full court pressure is back on from the Pacers, with Ben Shepherd guarding Josh Hart in this one, and Tyrese Halliburton sort of backpedaling, but he is guarding Deuce McBride right now.
McBride handling the ball, gives to Hartenstein between the circles. Knicks trail by a point. DiVincenzo towards the foul line, around Turner, flips it up off balance. No, Hartenstein couldn't handle the offensive rebound. It goes out of bounds.
I think DiVincenzo was somewhere between passing that ball over the rim. Come on, Dante.
Frustration, a foul right there by DiVincenzo as he reached in on Halliburton.
It's absolutely unnecessary. He has a little bit of a penchant for doing that. Unless you needed a breather, which even if you needed a breather, there's other ways to do it. But on that last play, I think he was between trying to lob that ball up to Hartenstein or take the layup because he had beaten Miles Turner.
First foul against DiVincenzo. It's the first against the Knicks. 7:20 to go, second quarter. 37-36 Pacers. Halliburton left side pulls up for three. High archer is good, and the Pacers lead by 4.
Even though Halliburton has hit a couple, Isaiah Hartenstein is doing a really good job of closing out with a high hand and not risking any fouls.
McBride drives on Halliburton to the basket. Left-handed layup is good. Strong move for Deuce. 40-38. Here's Halliburton. Guarded by McBride. Backs out near midcourt. Turner sets him a screen. Halliburton cuts through. Cuts all the way across the paint. Closed up by DiVincenzo, but he flies by, and Halliburton knocks down a right side three-pointer, and he and DiVincenzo are jawing at each other.
I love it. Give me some more of that, but I bet you he won't go and guard Dante DiVincenzo, though.
43-38, and Tom Thibodeau wants a timeout.
This is fantastic stuff. Playoff basketball. The Pacers are at home. They should be energized. They should be competitive. And Tyrese Halliburton just knocked down 2 big threes. But all that noise is just a 6-point game. 7, 5.
There we go. We've got 6:38 to go in the second quarter. With that 5-point game, Pacers lead 43-38 over the Knickerbockers. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires. Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
NBA fans looking for infusion care that puts you first? Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, Thrivewell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a Thrivewell location near you. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. Thrivewell, saving lives, drip by drip.
Discover the difference at Huntington Honda, where every single Honda in stock comes with our best deal always.
Right now, save even more during our Memorial Day sales event all month long. Lease a new 2024 Honda Civic Sport 2.0 for $289 a month. Or lease a new 2024 Honda HRV LX all-wheel drive for $319 a month.
Come discover the largest pre-owned inventory on Long Island with over 300 pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Shop HuntingtonHondaCars.com now. Huntington Honda, Jericho Turnpike, Huntington. Discover the difference.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 98.7 ESPN, WEPN-FM, New York.
Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt with you. Gainbridge Fieldhouse on a Friday night. Game 3 of this Eastern Conference semifinal series. Knicks leading the Pacers 2-0. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. All right, Knicks had the lead a moment ago, Monica. The Pacers have since gone back up by 5. It's 43-38, 6:38 to go in the second quarter. And so far for the Knicks, it's been Dante DiVincenzo carrying the offensive load with 15 points.
I love our vantage point because I think we can tell when the shot when he lets the shot go, if it's online and has the depth. And he's been shooting the ball with tremendous confidence, coming off of a 50% performance from the three-point line in Game 2, 6 of 12.
Knicks ball out of the timeout. Brunson back in the game for McBride. Burks remains out there. He's been strong so far. DiVincenzo's slip pass is knocked out of bounds off the Pacers with 7 to shoot.
The little slip pass has not been effective really through this ball game. I think the Knicks, particularly with Isaiah Hartenstein, would be better served to send that pass upstairs.
Brunson inbounds from the baseline. DiVincenzo pops free. Lays it off for Brunson underneath, kicks it out. Hart, three-pointer left side off the back of the rim. Shepard grabs the rebound. Quick outlet to Halliburton. Pacers the ball up by 5. Shepard down the lane. Left-handed shot, no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it back up top. Turner's three-pointer. That's good.
Great ball movement by the Pacers. Got to give them credit. And Ben Shepard, an acrobatic rebound off of his own miss.
46-38. Brunson around a Hartenstein screen, fires his own three-pointer, and he knocks that one down. And Jalen Brunson, that's his first 3 of the game. But the Pacers push it up court. Nembhard from the foul line. Right wing Shepard taps the ball into the hands of Turner. Drives from the right side on Hartenstein. Bounces into him. Fallback jumper in and out. Hart another rebound. His 8th. Brunson one-on-one on Nembhard. From the left side, pump fake, steps back and steps through, and now gives to Hartenstein to reset. Knicks down by 5, 5.5 to play in the second. Brunson fouled by Nembhard, flips it up. The ball goes in. They're going to count it. A chance at a three-point play for Brunson.
It is crazy how surgical Jalen Brunson is. He passed that ball back to Isaiah Hartenstein. He's operating maybe a couple steps out of what is called the short corner, the dunker spot, whatever you want to do, on the Pacers logo in front of the Knicks bench. When he asks for that ball back, he's basically posting up Andrew Nembhard. He faces up, one dribble toward the baseline with his left hand, gathers, comes right, and bakes the 2-year player right into that and one play. You've seen him do that so many times, Pat. It's just crazy how surgical and precise he is with it.
Second foul against Nembhard. Turner has 2. Siakam remains on the bench with 3. No one on the Knicks has more than 1 foul. So Brunson to the line, 5:25 to go in the second. Trying to finish the three-point play, and he does. So the Knicks back within 2 at 46-44. Halliburton, met by DiVincenzo, around the Nembhard screen. Now gives it to Nembhard, top of the arc. Drives around DiVincenzo, floats it up, off the mark. Turner battling for the offensive rebound, takes it. Foul line pass, Nembhard. He'll try the floater again. He'll miss it again. Rebound is loose, picked up by Alec Burks, knocked out of his hands, but another foul, and this will be against Andrew Nembhard, and that's number 3.
This is why I continue to go back to the playoffs revealing who you are. The Pacers have given this tremendous effort. Coach Rick Carlisle has talked about having to coach these guys up to understand the level of intensity and physicality that's required in the postseason. They're playing hard. And who knows how this game is going to finish up. It's only a 2-point ball game right now. But there's something about a Knicks team that has been playing this way all season long. And the ball-finding energy and favor at the Garden, traveling to Indiana, this is something to see.
With the Pacers over the limit, Alec Burks hits the first of 2 free throws. 1 more coming. Knicks trail now by a point with 5:06 to go in the second. Burks is second, rolls around, drops in. Score is tied at 46. The Knicks have scored the last 8 points over the last 50 seconds. Here's Halliburton, left wing, picks up his dribble, finds Turner on the high post, back outside to Halliburton. Dribbles once, pump fake on the 3, DiVincenzo flies by, Halliburton short. Hartenstein grabs the rebound, looked like he was bumped as he fell to the floor, gets it into the hands of Brunson. Brunson, picked up by Neesmith, steadies himself, and backs it out near midcourt. Left-handed dribble for Brunson as he goes to the left side. Hart sets him a screen. Brunson, pump fake from the left side. Up top for Hart. Shot clock is down to 5. Hart, 1 dribble to the right elbow. His pass deflected and stolen by Shepard. Here come the Pacers. Shepard on the right wing to Halliburton. Lob pass, left wing, Toppin lines up a three, well short. Burks another rebound. 4:15 to go. Knicks and Pacers tied at 46.
Alec Burks got to attack the rim. It's Miles Turner.
He fires a three and knocks it down. How about Alec Burks coming off the bench for 10 first-half points here in Game 3?
And by attack, I just meant be aggressive, so that's what I meant.
Knicks lead 49-46. Halliburton left open, gives to Shepard in the corner. Now Halliburton gets it back. Lob pass inside Turner, fouled by DiVincenzo. Shot no good, but Turner will go to the line for two with 3:52 to play.
So these are the small details in this ball game, right? I think that's a great call by Miles Turner to post up the smaller Dante DiVincenzo. But you can't smoke that layup, right? Like, these are the small details that I'm sure Carlisle and his staff is kind of reminding this young team of. This is playoff basketball.
So Turner will go to the line for two. Second foul against DiVincenzo, and the second team foul against the Knickerbockers, who now lead 49-46. This equals their largest lead of the night. They led 3-0 as Turner hits the first. Precious Achiuwa back in for Hartenstein, so the Knicks will go a little smaller here. Alec Burks has played 8 minutes in this quarter, 10 points, 3 rebounds. He's 3 for 3 from the field and 3 for 3 from the line. Turner knocks down both foul shots. It's 49-48. Knicks by 1 with the ball. Naismith guarding Brunson across the midcourt line in the front court. Pestering him. Now Halliburton comes on the double. Brunson turns the corner, gets inside the foul line, floats it up, no good. Too strong. Rebound taps to Naismith. Gets it into the hands of Halliburton. Brunson picks him up front court. Left wing, Naismith puts it on the floor, drives baseline, leaves his feet, pass outside for Turner. Left side pass, Halliburton off the pump fake. Halliburton from inside the foul line, steps through, floats it in.
I think Jalen Brunson has to trust his teammates a little bit more. It's okay to get some ball movement going. The ball, rightfully so, can come back to him. But I think having to split a double team and then split a third help defender is just a lot on him tonight.
50-49, Brunson tumbling down, gets it into the corner for DiVincenzo. Now DiVincenzo drives the lane, blocked by Turner. Rebound batted into the hands of Turner. Pacers have numbers. Halliburton front court, drives on Hart all the way to the rim, lays it up and in. And just like that, the Pacers lead 52-49.
Knicks got to look to create a little bit more space. You mentioned them going small, and Miles Turner feeling confident to freelance off of Precious Achiuwa.
2:35 to go until halftime. DiVincenzo, left side pass for Hart. Finds a hole in the defense, bounce pass. Brunson, right corner three, in and out. It was halfway down. Siakam is back out there with 3 fouls, and he grabs the rebound. Here's Halliburton, steps into a three. That's good. It's 55-49 Pacers.
With 2:14 to go, curious to see if Tom Thibodeau is going to get a timeout here.
Brunson across the timeline, signals to James Capers for a timeout at Tom Thibodeau's request with 2:07 to go in the second. Knicks trailing 55-49.
So the Pacers go back to largely their starting lineup with the swap of Ben Shepard for Andrew Nembhard, and they take a 6-point lead, as they should, as Tom Thibodeau had a compilation of what would be considered their small lineup on the floor with Precious Achiuwa, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, and Alec Burks. This thing is going to continue to go back and forth. But if you're the Knicks and this remains the lineup matchup, you got to get a little bit more space, and you need to look to play fast. And that would be Josh Hart attacking in transition, or even Alec Burks.
And the Pacers have scored the last 9 points over a 1:45 stretch. They lead by 6, 55-49. Knicks have led by as many as 3 a couple of times. The Pacers' largest lead of the game and their largest lead of the series has been 12 points. That was in the first quarter. So we have 2:07 to go in the second. Tyrese Halliburton already has 5 made three-pointers, 5 for 10 from downtown, and he has scored 23 points to lead all scorers.
First-time All-Star, back at home, not having 2 games that he's proud of, even though the stats were solid in Game 2. They weren't particularly impactful. So, again, no surprises there. It's the playoffs, baby. Let's go.
Hot shooting for both teams in the second quarter. Knicks 63%, Pacers 53%. So Knicks ball inbound front court right side. Brunson, Burks, Hart, Achua, and DiVincenzo out there. Knicks trail by 6, coming up on 2 minutes to play in the first half. Left wing, Hart dribbles towards the corner. Now finds Achua on the left elbow. Takes the handoff to DiVincenzo, drives the lane, gets free for a two-handed flush. Achua with 5, Knicks back within 4. TJ McConnell back in the game in place of Neesmith. Halliburton fakes a deep 3, now backs it out near midcourt. Brunson runs with him. Halliburton crosses over a couple of times. Brunson picks his pocket. He's out ahead of the pack, lays it up, and places it in the basket.
That's a great description, Pat.
Lob pass the other way for Siakam. One-on-one with Hart. Siakam playing with 3 fouls. Knicks are down 3. Turner's 3. In and out. Good box out of a one-handed rebound by Hart. Here come the Knicks. Hart sprints past Siakam. It ends up with Achua underneath. Dribbles out of traffic. Gets to DiVincenzo. And that is an illegal screen set by Precious Achua. Second foul against Achua. It's an offensive foul, so the Pacers will inbound in the backcourt. Hartenstein checks back in for the final minute 11 of the second. Achua goes to the bench.
All right, here you want to be smart if you're the New York Knicks. As Precious Achua is coming out, but you don't want Isaiah Hartenstein, Josh Hart. None of these guys need to pick up any fouls here. Dante DiVincenzo, be smart this last minute.
Halliburton drives on DiVincenzo, bounce pass up top, Turner, fakes the 3, drives the lane, misses the dunk, but he was fouled as he falls hard to the floor.
Now that foul, I 100% accept. No layup rule, not the high energy play. Burks with a clean contest.
Put his hand up right away. Turner went for the highlight dunk. Both teams, Monica, are retreating to their benches, and James Capers and the officiating crew is going to take another look at this to see if there was a flagrant act on the part of Alec Burks.
Oh, Burks does catch Miles Turner across his face, but it is a legitimate play on the basketball. By the letter of the law, I would not be surprised if this is upgraded. By the spirit of the law, it is a play on the basketball with incidental contact. Now, if marginal comes up, Pat, I'll be honest. That's a little more than marginal.
So they take a look. Minute 1 to go in the second. 55-53 Pacers lead. The foul is called against Alec Burks. You also have to take into consideration the context and where we are in this series. We're coming off of a Game 2 in which Rick Carlisle was ejected for 2 technical fouls. After the game, he was fined $35,000 for criticizing the officiating.
Due to the excessive contact of an airborne shooter, we have a flagrant foul, penalty 1. We'll have 2 free throws, and Indiana will retain possession.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So that's the ruling. Our crew chief, James Capers. And to finish my point, not only the $35,000 fine, but then the submission of 78, according to the Pacers, calls that were missed over the first 2 games of the series submitted to the NBA.
And, Coach, I'm going to follow the lead of head coach Tom Thibodeau, who simply said that's what you do, right? Every team has an opportunity to send in plays. Earlier in the season, I remember when the Knicks were having a similar conversation about the way that Jalen Brunson was officiated. And so it's playoffs. It's high-stakes basketball. I do applaud Rick Carlisle in the pregame press conference saying unequivocally that he's going to do whatever he thinks is necessary to support his players, his team, and his organization, and he left it at that, and rightfully so.
Miles Turner, good on both free throws. He has 12 points. Pacers lead back up to 4. Now they get the ball because of the flagrant 1 against Alec Burks. Turner between the circles, bounce pass high post Siakam, one-on-one, drives on Hart, around Hart, lays it in off the glass. So it turns into a 4-point possession for Indiana. Final minute of the second quarter, 59-53. Neesmith back in, guarding Brunson, bounces at high post to Hartenstein. Brunson around a Hartenstein screen with Neesmith on his hip. Crosses over at the left elbow, picks up his dribble, steps through, floats it up. It's good from 12 feet away.
Do you think I'm crazy for still being okay with the way that play unfolded versus letting Turner get that dunk?
59-54, I do not. 35 seconds to go here in the second. Lob pass inside, Siakam fouled from behind by Josh Hart. That'll be the first on Hart.
With this lineup, Hart is tasked with guarding Siakam. Your only other option might be to throw Burks down there to preserve Hart a little bit. And Pascal Siakam on that possession did a great job of establishing position deep in the paint. So Josh Hart did lean on him. The little forearm contact, it's a good call.
Well, let's be honest. Is putting Siakam at the foul line the worst thing?
That too.
First free throw by Siakam is good, but he's 44% from the free throw line in the playoffs before that.
But to the point of even being okay with the play call going against Alec Burks and being upgraded to a flagrant and the Pacers getting possession, free throws are not quite the same rhythm versus allowing the Pacers team to get a highlight dunk from Turner, run back, get a highlight play potentially from Pascal Siakam. And so I will live with the free throws and be reminded that in the course of the ball game, you're going to see tons of runs.
Second one by Siakam is also good. The foul by Hart, his first, was the Knicks' second in the last 2 minutes, so that put them in the penalty. There's a 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Knicks trail 61-55. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. Brunson just inside the midcourt line. Gets a little head fake to get away from Neesmith. Now Halliburton comes with the double. Brunson with 6 seconds to shoot. Flips it to Burks. Left side three. Rattles it home. Alec Burks with 13 first-half points. Halliburton in the backcourt. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Siakam gathers inside the paint, backs it out, behind the back dribble, fallback 10-foot jumper is good. With 0.6 of a second to go, Hartenstein needs to be smart here. Inbounds to Brunson, and the first half comes to an end. The Knicks trailing by 5.
So the last couple of possessions is exactly what we were just talking about in terms of the free throws. That was a tough basket by Pascal Siakam with the turnaround on the left side, getting that one to fall. And you heard this crowd here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse react to the energy off of that play. But all things considered, what's that? 7, 5.
5 again.
5-point game. I promise I'm going to get my math together, y'all. A 5-point ball game, and you've gotten tremendous productivity out of your bench, which has been thematic throughout this series. 13 points from Alec Burks and 5 from Miles McBride. 18 so far in the ball game is more than you've seen at any point in the series, and is more than what you've seen in the series in total. It's been 15 points totality. So all things considered, I think the Knicks are in really good shape.
Looking to take a 3-0 lead in this best-of-7 second-round series. Halftime score, Pacers 63 and the Knicks 58. Dan Grossa takes you through the halftime, and then Monica and I will be back with the start of the third quarter after that. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Now, it all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
You made it.
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees 2024 Altima SD front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee due at lease in. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks are in. It's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. Download the BetMGM app and make every playoff game, every vital play mean more than ever. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years or older to wager and physically present in New York or New Jersey only. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FOODSAVE10 for the largest selection of international foods, an all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce. And $10 off your first order of $50. Use promo code FOODSAVE10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
This is the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Dan Grassa.
And it's time now for the New York Knicks halftime report, which is brought to you by Spectrum. Dan Grassa with you. One half in the books at Cambridge Fieldhouse, and it's the Indiana Pacers with a 63-58 lead over the New York Knicks. Might not be the worst thing in the world for this Knicks basketball team when you consider they've trailed at the half in each of the previous three matchups before tonight. All victories when all was said and done for the Knicks. And it's time now for the first half spotlight brought to you by BetMGM. Indiana built up the biggest lead of 12 in that first quarter, but the Knicks found their way back, took a 3-point lead in quarter number 2, and Dante DiVincenzo fueling the charge tonight offensively. 15 points for Devo. But also contributing tonight, how about Alec Burks, who had not made a field goal yet in this series, only played 1 minute. He's gotten 12 minutes off the bench. He's got 13 points tonight, a perfect 4-4 from the field, including a couple of threes. Jalen Brunson, still bothered by that right foot, has 13 points in 18 minutes of action for the Knicks in that opening half. Meantime, for Indiana, it's all Tyrese Halliburton. He's having a sensational first half, 23 points to go with 5 threes, really fueling the offensive charge. Miles Turner has 12, started to get going in that second quarter, and Pascal Siakam has 12 as well. But Siakam has 3 fouls worth keeping an eye on in half number 2. Both teams actually shooting the ball really well from the floor, and if you're just watching it to the naked eye, you wouldn't think so necessarily. But the Knicks at 53%, Indiana 54%, and New York 8 of 13 from 3. Indiana's also made 8 threes. They've taken a few more at 8 for 17. So the long ball certainly could have an impact on the outcome of this one tonight. Turnovers, though, have been something that have been too more frequent for both of these teams, and I'm sure each side would like to curtail those. Knicks have turned it over 8 times in the opening half for 9 points the other way for the Indiana Pacers. Indiana's coughed it up 7 times for 11 points going in the Knicks' direction. That was your first half spotlight presented by BetMGM. Get the BetMGM app today. Now you're winning with the king of sportsbooks. Please bet responsibly. Don't forget to stick with MSG through round 2 for pre- and post-game coverage for every game the Knicks play. You can watch it on MSG or stream it for free on MSG Plus with an eligible TV subscription. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard on this Friday around the rest of the NBA. One other game on the docket that comes your way in a little over an hour from now. Out in the Western Conference, the T-Wolves will host the Denver Nuggets in a game number 3. Minnesota with a 2-0 lead in that series. Minnesota hasn't lost so far this postseason. They're a perfect 6-0 in the playoffs. They've held the opposition to under 100 points in 4 of those 6 games, and they're expected to have Rudy Gobert back in the lineup, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, who's now taken home that prize 4 times in his career, missed Game 2 due to the birth of his child. Nikola Jokic, of course, winning his 3rd MVP in the last 4 years. That announced yesterday. Also some off-the-court news. The Phoenix Suns make it official as they have hired former Bucks championship-winning head coach Mike Budenholzer to be their new coach. Halftime score once again is 63-58 with the Indiana Pacers on top of the New York Knicks. Time now for this date in New York Knicks history, and we'll go back to May the 10th, 1973, and it was a good one in the history of this franchise. That was when the Knicks won their 2nd NBA championship, defeating the Lakers in L.A. 102-93 in the 5th game of the NBA Finals. Earl the Pearl Monroe leads the way with 23 points. Bill Bradley posted 20.7 boards. and 5 assists. And 15 years after that, on May the 10th, 1988, that was when Mark Jackson was named the NBA's Rookie of the Year. He received 77 of a possible 80 votes. He averaged 13.6 points and 10.6 assists over 39.7 minutes in 82 games, starting 80 of them during that 1987/88 season. So that is your trip down memory lane and this date in New York Knicks history. Time to fast forward to the present version of these New York Knicks, who hope to go 3 games up on the Indiana Pacers. They'll need a second half comeback to do so. But before tonight's game, Coach Tom Thibodeau, addressing the media, was asked, how much is experience a factor when you talk about the NBA playoffs?
Yeah, sometimes I think it's good. Obviously, you learn from every situation, so the more times you go through it, the better. But sometimes the freshness is good, too. So you're not tainted, and there's energy to it. So, and we see in every playoff series, every playoff game, each game is different. So just be ready for that game.
Made time in half number 1. Josh Hart, as expected, has played all 24 minutes for this basketball team. He's got 5 points, 9 rebounds in that opening half to go with 3 assists. But also Precious Achiuwa, who is getting the start tonight for OG Anunoby. Precious has 5 points and 4 rebounds in 11 minutes of action. And before tonight's game, Josh Hart was asked what he's learned about not just Precious, but also Miles McBride when they stepped in at times during the season.
But those guys played very well when we needed them to, and they stepped up. So that's something that I talked about then, too. Like, that gives us confidence, not just then, but later down the line if that happens. And obviously, we're in that situation now. So Precious has had huge games. Deuce has had huge games, and we're going to need them to play that way until either someone comes back or until the end of the season. So we have full faith in those guys, and, we want them to go out there and be as aggressive and play their game as best as possible.
Josh, of course, one of the most prolific rebounding guards that there is in the NBA. He's averaging 14 boards coming into this one in the first 2 games of this series. And after the shoot-around today, Josh talked about his penchant for crashing the boards.
If they're sagging off, like I said, sometimes, I get a full head of steam just kind of running, and, if they're sagging off and then their natural reaction turn and try to find me, they have no idea where the ball is. I think you saw, one of the offensive rebounds, like Nemhard, wanted to go box out, and he has no idea where the ball is, and the ball literally bounced right next to his head, and I was able to kick the ball out and we scored. But it's just, stuff like that where, you're taking care of the paint, but you're also kind of giving up a little bit of that kind of hit first mentality, on the glass.
And that is Josh Hart. Our halftime score once again is 63-58. The Pacers on top of the New York Knicks. It's now time for the Knicks Keys to the Half, brought to you by Open Road Auto Group. Knicks found themselves down 9 at the end of the first quarter, took a 3-point lead in quarter number 2 before Indiana restored things. We'll see how the Knicks come out of the gates in the third quarter. Remember, back in game number 2, Knicks outscored the Pacers 36-18 in that third quarter. A strong third again would really go a long way towards ensuring a victory. We wondered, losing another member of this rotation at OG Anunoby, how Tom Thibodeau would compensate. Precious Achiuwa getting the start tonight, 5 points in 11 minutes. Deuce McBride has seen 12 minutes off the bench. Even Jericho Sims has seen 4 minutes of action. But Alec Burks, the big surprise, 12 minutes in that first half, 13 points, second high on the team right now in the opening 2 quarters. And he's a perfect 4-4 from the field. We'll see if Alec can keep that hot shooting streak going in half number 2. And that was the Knicks Keys to the Half, brought to you by Open Road Auto Group. Open Road Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi offer excellent pricing and first-class experience. Choose Open Road for your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Visit us online at openroad.com. And that was the New York Knicks Halftime Report. It was brought to you by Spectrum. Get Spectrum One, fast and reliable internet for $39.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line, both free for 12 months. Restrictions apply. Visit Spectrum.com for details. I'll talk to you again in the post-game show, but coming up next, we send it back to Indiana. Pat O'Keefe, Monica McNutt, they've got the call for you with the Pacers on top of the Knicks, 63-58. And you are listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York in the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is playing the loosest slots, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games, all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Bethlehem is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years of age. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Grand Marnier is an award-winning blend of fine cognac and orange liqueur. It's made for those who live to step outside the box, who like to put a twist on the traditional and believe in a world that's not just good, but grand. Visit GrandMarnier.com to learn how to take cocktails from ordinary to extraordinary and live grand. Grand Marnier Liqueur, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2022, Campari America, New York, New York. Drink with style. Always drink responsibly.
Hey, John, this is Mike from Massapequa. I want a Kia.
Hey, John, this is Rosie from Ozone Park. I want a Kia.
Hey, John, this is Frank from Middle Village. I want a Kia.
Hi, I'm John Starks. With over 200 vehicles in stock, our all-star team will always put your needs first, making sure you always get a slam-dunk deal here at John Starks Kia.
Lease a Kia EV6 for $299 a month with zero down payment, $949 due at signing, no security deposit required, 10,000 miles per year, excludes tax, title, and MV fees, expires June 3rd.
John Starks Kia, stand tall.
Back here in Indianapolis for the start of the second half, which is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the brand new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Second half begins. The Knicks trailing the Pacers 63-58. Indiana ball. It's Tyrese Halliburton into the front court. Nembhard pops out left side. Now takes it towards the center of the court. Kicks it out. Turner fakes the three down the lane, up and in around Josh Hart.
Interestingly enough, at the half, Miles Turner did have 12 points, but he only had 3 rebounds. So he's someone that I'm looking to see if Carlisle's going to ask to be a little bit more aggressive in this ballgame.
4 for 6 from the field, including that last one. Knicks and Pacers each with their starting 5s on the floor. DiVincenzo between the circles. Brunson trying to get free. DiVincenzo goes the other way to Hartenstein. Back to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 3. DiVincenzo pulls up 14-foot floater, rattles out. Hartenstein back taps to DiVincenzo. Hart, left wing, Brunson. Halliburton closes out on him. Brunson's pass deflected, but he gets it back. Shot clock down to 6. Now 5. Brunson drives towards the foul line. Spin, fallback jumper, front rim, no. Halliburton the rebound.
It's a good look by Jalen Brunson, but it's back to his shot being a little bit short like we saw to start this ballgame.
10:53 to go, third quarter. Turner fakes another 3. Hart is guarding him. Halliburton left wing. One dribble fires away off the front of the rim. Turner the offensive rebound, and putback is good. And a quick timeout for Tom Thibodeau as the Pacers' lead has been pushed back up to 9.
So a couple things that the Knicks have to be mindful of. First of all, Tyrese Halliburton is hunting the mismatch every time he comes down. Whether it's, insert any guard. He's going after Isaiah Hartenstein, who is doing a fair job of contesting. But the switches throw them into a disadvantage in terms of whoever's guarding Miles Turner. The possession actually start the ball game for the Knicks wasn't bad in my mind. They got an offensive rebound. Jalen Brunson got a look that we're accustomed to him seeing. So I'm curious about what this timeout is about. Probably, I would imagine, dealing with that switch.
4 quick points for Miles Turner pushes the Pacers lead to 67-58. Timeout Knicks with 10:42 to go in the third quarter of game number 3. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires. Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
I'm a New Yorker. I want to contribute to public safety.
I want a 6-figure salary.
I want to get paid after I retire.
I want to take my kids on vacation.
New York City Department of Correction Officer jobs are available now for strong, brave, bold New Yorkers with problem-solving and communication skills. Most earn more than $85,000 in their first year. Register today. Search the words City Exams on your phone, click, then scroll to Correction Officer.
On a serve with a purpose, take the test. Join, discover New York City Corrections, take the test.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
NBA fans looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWell, saving lives, drip by drip.
Back here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, a very early timeout taken by Tom Thibodeau in the third quarter. He is not a stranger, Monica, to early timeouts in quarters. This one comes with 10:42 to play, and the Knicks trailing the Pacers now 67-58.
Yeah, just probably reorganizing his group. The injuries has caused Tibbs to be a little bit more mindful, right? Like, I didn't think the Knicks' first offensive possession was a poor one, but they did allow the Pacers to get 2 really easy looks to kind of get the momentum and the energy going in this building. And so just reminding his team of how they want to defend, what they should be looking to execute, how they're going to beat some of this Pacers coverage, because Aaron Nesmith has done a better job guarding Jalen Brunson than anybody we've seen so far in this series in terms of defending him.
Full court pressure being shown again by the Pacers. And now it's Nesmith matched up with Brunson. Once again, Hart just inside the midcourt line gives to Brunson. Runs around a Hart screen. 10:30 to go here in the third. Brunson brings it left side, matched up with Turner. Crosses over on him, right wing. DiVincenzo fakes the 3. 3 seconds to shoot. DiVincenzo to the basket. Count it. No! It's an offensive foul as Aaron Nesmith took the charge, and now Dante DiVincenzo is down on the floor in pain.
I think the Knicks are going to challenge this one.
DiVincenzo slow to get up. Tom Thibodeau has signaled for a timeout. Knicks athletic trainer Anthony Goenaga runs out onto the floor. DiVincenzo appears to be okay as they walk off the floor together. And the Knicks are indeed, Monica, challenging that offensive foul call against DiVincenzo. It's a big one, not only from the standpoint of reversing the call, but DiVincenzo's shot went in. So if this is reversed, it would be a chance at a three-point play.
In addition to, DiVincenzo had 2 fouls at halftime, so this would potentially be his third. Now, we're getting the replay, courtesy of our colleagues on the ESPN Linear Network, the broadcast tonight. It just looks like a high fall, a little bit awkward from DiVincenzo, but nothing is glaring in terms of an injured particular body part. He did brace his fall with his right forearm and wrist, and then kind of hit that right side hip and buttock area kind of hard. But hopefully that's something that he can kind of walk off, massage out, and it does not hinder him the rest of the ballgame.
Here's the results of the challenge before we go to break.
Following the review, the defender had his heels in the restricted area. It is a blocking foul. The challenge is successful. The basket is successful. And we will have 1 free throw. It is a mandatory timeout, so New York does not get that timeout back. But they do get an additional challenge.
So a victorious challenge again for Tom Thibodeau. Huge swing right there. 10:19 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York City, conveniently located at 55th Street and 11th Avenue. Free indoor valet parking is available. Visit the Audi flagship store today. Here's a deal just for you. Enjoy complimentary Audi care with the lease or purchase of any new Audi. Shop 24 hours a day at AudiManhattan.com. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
All right, back here in Indianapolis, a huge reversal on the Tom Thibodeau successful challenge. Dante DiVincenzo's basket counts, and there's a foul against Aaron Neesmith. So the Knicks trail now 67-60 with 10:19 to go in the third quarter, and DiVincenzo at the line with a chance at a three-point play.
They're going to have to settle in, be mindful of the switch that Tyrese Halliburton is trying to trigger, defensively continue to communicate. But that challenge and timeout was an extended break for them, and so I'm sure the Knicks are pleased to take advantage of that.
Free throw is good, 67-61. Knicks down by 6. Hart pestering Nembhard, who dribbles towards the center and gets to Halliburton. Halliburton now brings it to the left side. DiVincenzo stays with him. Just under 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Halliburton left wing drives on Hartenstein. Step back, deep three-pointer from the corner is no good. Hart the rebound. Brunson's ahead of the pack. Hart pushes the other way to Achua on the right side. Up top for Hartenstein, backdoor. DiVincenzo free on the cut, lays it in. It's 67-63.
The ball movement has been really good. It takes pressure off of Jalen Brunson, and of course the Knicks are scoring.
Fourth assist for Isaiah Hartenstein. Nembhard around a Turner screen. Flip pass down the lane, and a slam dunk by Turner over Hartenstein.
So there was some knee-to-knee contact on the screen that Turner set. Josh Hart trying to get over the top of it, and so he's now working through a little gimp in a little hitch in his step.
Hart has not come off the floor this entire series. Gives to Hartenstein, top of the arc. DiVincenzo popping up. Bounces it to him. Fires the three, left side of the arc. That is good. DiVincenzo with 23 points.
DiVincenzo, the big raccoon, just so cool, because I would be talking mad trash.
Knocks it away from Halliburton, who recovers at midcourt, 69-66. Knicks down by 3. Halliburton up top. Turner's three-pointer straight on, no good. Hart, another rebound, his 11th. Into the front court is Josh Hart. Brings it towards the foul line. Up top, Hartenstein leaves it for Brunson. Between the legs, and he backs it out near midcourt. 8:45 to go in the third. Brunson drives around Siakam off the glass, no good. Hartenstein taps the rebound. It's taken by Nembhard. Brunson fell to the floor, very slow to get up. In the front court now, Neesmith, left corner, Halliburton left open for three. That's good. It's 72-66. Outlet pass though for DiVincenzo. Knicks not throwing down. 8:25 to go. Brunson back on his feet in the front court, trying to stretch out that sore right foot. Hartenstein to DiVincenzo. One dribble, pulls up for three off the back of the rim. Rebound taken by Neesmith. Outlet pass Nembhard. Behind the back into the front court around DiVincenzo. Out to Halliburton on the right wing. Entry pass knocked away. DiVincenzo tries to save it, but he was on the baseline. It'll be Pacers ball with 15 to shoot. And Monica, something we haven't seen yet this series, Josh Hart is going to the Knicks bench, replaced by Deuce McBride with 8:05 to go in the third. Just a rest. Lob pass on the inbound to Miles Turner, hands to Halliburton, brings it inside the foul line, right corner. Siakam's three from there is good.
Again, we talked about one of the keys pregame with Dan Graza, composure. You can't be surprised that this Pacers squad is coming out as confident and energized as they are.
75-66, Knicks down 9. McBride, no hesitation on the three, comes up short from the right side. Nembhard the rebound. Outlet to Siakam, drives at Achua to the right baseline. Now center of the court, fallback 13-foot jumper is good. Back-to-back buckets for Pascal Siakam. Knicks trail by 11. And Monica, the Knicks are working with 2 timeouts for the remainder of the game. Here's Brunson just inside the midcourt line. Uses the Hartenstein screen to free himself up. 8 straight points for the Pacers. Bounce pass inside. Hartenstein, right-handed hook shot is good.
That was very smart by Jalen Brunson. Not looking to take on Miles Turner, but to go to the mismatch for Isaiah Hartenstein.
Halliburton splits the defense, blocked by Achua. Into the hands of DiVincenzo. Bounce pass ahead, Brunson. One dribble, back to DiVincenzo. Three-pointer in rhythm. Knocks it down. 77-71.
And I can hear it. There are Knicks fans in the building that just reacted to that three by Donte DiVincenzo. He pulled that one up in a crowd of Pacers defenders.
Timeout Pacers. Knicks back within 6 with 6:46 to go in the third quarter. It is 77-71.
2 timeouts remaining, partner. When you said that arrested my attention.
The timeout that Tom Thibodeau used on the challenge that was successful came within the mandatory timeout period. So even though the challenge was successful, the Knicks did not get that timeout back, leaving him with 2 for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, that's going to be important down the stretch. Now, they got that challenge, so they have an additional challenge. And while the intention of the challenge is to overturn a call, it is also a break for these guys. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. And the rotation. You mentioned Josh Hart going to the bench in exchange for Deuce McBride on the floor. Alec Burks has played really good minutes for this team and had 13 points in the first half. So will that give one of these starters an opportunity to catch their breath as the Knicks continue to put it all together and get impactful minutes, I should say, up and down the lineup?
One more point on that challenge. Yes, the Knicks do have 1 remaining, but unless they have a timeout, the challenge is useless. So they need to hold on to 1 timeout in order to use the challenge down the stretch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
So Pacers ball, 6:46 to go in the third quarter. 77-71. DiVincenzo, who for 3 games in a row has set a new playoff career high, including 28 points in Game 2 the other night at the Garden. He's got 26 already, and we're not even midway through the third quarter.
His 5 3-pointers in 4 straight playoff games is the longest streak in Knicks history.
Here's Nembhard off the inbound. His pass up top for Turner. 3-pointer. Front rim, no. Achua, another rebound, his 5th. Brunson calmly jogs it into the front court. Neesmith waits for him. DiVincenzo pitch and catch with Brunson, who has it back on the left wing. Picks up his dribble. High post Hartenstein. Hands it back to Brunson on the right side. Brunson matched up with Neesmith. Drives around him. Floats it up in the dotted circle. Can't get the roll. Hartenstein's tip is no good. Taken by Neesmith. Siakam, straight line drive at Achua, now kicks it out to Turner at the foul line, down the lane, off balance shot, no. Siakam couldn't corral the rebound. Brunson tries to save it, but couldn't. Out of bounds off the Knicks.
Really good hustle by Jalen Brunson, and I like the way the Knicks are scrambling to the basketball. Right now, the ball is bouncing in favor of the home team, and that's okay. Andrew Nembhard heads to the bench, as does Pascal Siakam.
Replaced by T.J. McConnell and Obi Toppin. The Pacers' top 2 reserves this series and throughout the playoffs. 12 seconds to shoot for Indiana. Midway point here at the third quarter. 6 minutes to go. Pacers by 6. McConnell inside the foul line. Drives on McBride. Frees himself up, but missed the layup. Hartenstein grabs the rebound. Just the second rebound for Hartenstein in this game. Brunson, one-on-one. Neesmith, left side, stops at the block. Ball back, 8-footer is good. Knicks down by 4.
It's a great move by Jalen Brunson on the left baseline. Even though Aaron Neesmith has done a better job than Nembhard, it's still a tall task to defend JB.
Halliburton uses the screen. Wild shot inside. Somehow gets it to go off the glass.
That was pretty nasty by the first-time All-Star and Tyrese Halliburton.
26 points for Tyrese Halliburton. 5:20 to go. Brunson bottled up right near midcourt. Gets out of trouble. Neesmith guards him. Brunson calls for a McBride screen. Brings it left side. One-on-one with Halliburton. Now double. High post. Hartenstein gives it back to DiVincenzo. Around the defense. Euro step. Off-balance shot. No good. Hartenstein tips it up and in. And the Knicks are back within 4.
A possession ago, that tip-in didn't fall for Isaiah Hartenstein, but he stays with it. But also the aggressiveness of Dante DiVincenzo going right at Miles Turner.
Less than 5 minutes to go in the third. 79-75 Pacers. Josh Hart back at the scorer's table. Here's Halliburton, guarded by Hartenstein. Entry pass Turner, guarded by Achua. Flips it up over him. Spins out. Another rebound for Hartenstein. He now has 4 rebounds. Brunson in the front court, right side, now brings it center. Down the lane, floats it up, knocks it down. 79-77. Knicks back within 2.
The Brunson burner is starting to get going.
Halliburton crossover dribble on DiVincenzo. Right wing, Neesmith, three-pointer, air ball. Hartenstein has the rebound to Achua. Knicks have the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. They could tie or take the lead on this possession. McBride brings it left side, picked up by Neesmith. Now in the hands of Brunson, who has 17 points. They clear out for Brunson on the left side. One-on-one with Halliburton. Here comes the double from Turner. Pass deflected by Halliburton, taken by Toppin. Numbers for the Pacers. Halliburton, lob pass. Toppin can't guide it in. Rebound batted into the corner. Toppin recovers, brings it to the foul line. 10 seconds to shoot. Halliburton, center of the court, left wing pass for McConnell. McConnell drives inside the paint, fallback 11-footer, drops in, and the Knicks trail by 4.
An uncharacteristic turnover by Jalen Brunson, allowing Tyrese Halliburton to get his hands on that basketball. Isaiah Hartenstein was open at the high post area, and Deuce McBride was probably the next pass to the opposite corner.
Now it's McConnell guarding Brunson. 3.5 to play in the third. Knicks down 81-77. Brunson backing his way in, left wing. DiVincenzo, deep three-pointer is good. DiVincenzo is on fire in the second half. He's got a playoff career high 29 points. Lob pass inside Toppin, blocked by DiVincenzo, but it's a goaltend. The basket is good, so the Knicks trail by 3.
The big Ragu and Dante DiVincenzo lighten it up from the three-point line. You thought 6 of 12 was solid. So far, 6 from 8 in this ballgame, and then the additional effort, even though that is ultimately going to be a goaltend call, the additional effort to thwart that opportunity by Obi Toppin. He's stuck on Obi Toppin because the Knicks don't do a good job of getting back after the made shot.
Brunson fouled in the backcourt on the reach-in by T.J. McConnell. It's the second team foul against the Pacers. First on McConnell. Josh Hart checks back in. Precious Achua to the bench. So to reset the Knicks lineup, you have Brunson, McBride, DiVincenzo, Hart, and Hartenstein. Isaiah Jackson replaces Miles Turner for the Pacers. So the only starter on the floor for Indiana is Tyrese Halliburton, as Ben Shepherd has also come into the game. McBride lobs it inbounds to Hartenstein in the backcourt. More full court pressure. 4 seconds to do that. McBride does. Now he slows things up to set up the offense. Drives on Halliburton. Brunson between the circle. Knicks down by 3. Brunson from the top of the key. Backing in on McConnell. Ball back. 16-foot jumper is good. Brunson's starting to feel it. He's got 19. Knicks trail by 1.
6 points here in this third quarter, and I believe all 3 of those baskets have been on similar moves. His footwork and his turnaround.
2:45 to go in the third. 83-82 Pacers. McConnell brings it center of the court. McBride a step off of him. Lob pass down low for Toppin. Cross court. Shepherd right corner around DiVincenzo. Blocked at the rim by Hartenstein. Taken by Hart. Ahead for DiVincenzo. Drives the lane. Count it and the foul.
The Knicks take a 1-point lead, but it's so fitting that it is because of their collective defensive effort. Jalen Brunson had to guard Obi Toppin on the block closest to the Knicks bench. He sprayed the pass out to the corner for Ben Shepherd. It's Isaiah Hartenstein who meets him at the rim to send that opportunity to score away. And, of course, Josh Hart, another rebound. Running out was Dante DiVincenzo. Another example of this team getting impactful play up and down the lineup.
18-6 run, now 19-6 as DiVincenzo hits the free throw. 85-83, Knicks on top. The foul was against Toppin. McConnell down the lane, around Achua, misses the layup. It was contested by Achua. Hart the rebound. Here come the Knicks. Drives right around Toppin, lays it up off the glass. Count it with the left hand. Knicks have their largest lead of the night, 87-83, with 2:05 to play in the third.
Josh Hart has turned back into his regular season form just a bit, with only 7 points tonight. But that one is the type of play that Rick Carlisle said they had to be mindful of when it comes to Josh Hart in transition.
Timeout, Indiana, with 2:04 to go here in the third quarter, and the Knicks holding an 87-83 lead. Monica, this third quarter run for the Knicks has been impressive. They trailed by as many as 11 points in the quarter. Of course, we know the headline coming into tonight, the shorthanded Knicks. Jalen Brunson questionable. OG Anunoby out. Already without Robinson and Randall and Bogdanovich for the remainder of the season. Indiana has led most of the way. The Knicks have been able to keep pace, and right now they have a 4-point lead with 2:04 to go in the third.
Jonte DiVincenzo is having a monster day. I mean, he's got 32 points. He had just 15 at halftime. His shooting tonight has been a spectacle to behold for anyone that loves the game of basketball. And, of course, Jalen Brunson has added in an additional 6 points since the halftime mark. This has been a clinic by Jonte DiVincenzo.
Jonte DiVincenzo has owned the third quarter in this series. In Game 1, he had 15 third-quarter points. In Game 2, he had 12. And tonight, as you said, he already has 17 in the third period. Knicks, as a team, shooting 60% here in the third. Pacers ball, 2 minutes to go. Shepard pops out, gives it to Nembhard on the left wing, and now Siakam. Back to Nembhard near midcourt. McConnell on the right side is bumped by McBride. And that'll be the Knicks' first in the last 2 minutes. I think I know why you're laughing.
It was a laughable call. Are you kidding me?
It's been a pretty physical game so far, and that call didn't seem to be in tune with how this game has been officiated.
Not at all.
Jackson on the inbound. Alec Burks is checked back in for the Knicks. Siakam one-on-one at the foul line, knocked away by Hart and taken by Burks. Knicks looking to push. Burks on the right side, drives at Nembhard. Up top, Achua. Burks looks to get it back. Achua right side of the arc holding it, gives to Brunson. Minute 35 to go in the third. Brunson on the right wing, Nembhard picks him up. They clear out. Brunson cuts towards the middle. Pump fake, step through, fall back, front rim, no. Offensive rebound, Achua. Takes it back up top for Burks. Underneath McBride, dribbles out to the right corner. He's guarded by Jackson on a mismatch. Bounce pass inside Achua. He's got McConnell guarding him to a cutting Burks. Pump fake, and he's fouled by Ben Shepard underneath with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
I appreciate the thoughtfulness of Precious Achua on that play. You could tell that he was quickly calibrating how to make the smart play for his team, because there have been times in this ballgame where he gets that ball off of a rebound, not quite under the rim, but probably 2 steps out, right on that block on the outside of the paint, and would try to make something happen in that moment, and he didn't do that.
Burks' first free throw is good. Before tonight, Alec Burks had played 44 seconds this entire postseason. Tonight, he has come off the bench when needed in the worst way, and so far given the Knicks 14 points. Second one for Burks, in and out. So the Knicks lead 88-83 with a minute 10 to go in the third. They've scored the last 8 points. Shepard left wing pass Nembhard, loses his footing, kicks it back out to Shepard on the left side. Shepard drives and now kicks it to Nembhard. Shot clock down to 8. Final minute of the third period. McConnell right wing on the right elbow, pestered by McBride. Shot clock down to 2. McConnell's got a drive, floats it up, no good off the side of the rim, rebounded by McBride. Outlet to Hart, has Burks on his left side. Hart right to the basket, lays it in. He's got 9. Knicks lead by 7. 40 seconds to go in the third. McConnell slows things down for the Pacers. Halliburton is on their bench.
Important to note that Halliburton and Turner are not in the ballgame right now.
McConnell being guarded by McBride. Siakam on the right wing. One-on-one with Hart. Kicks it up top, McConnell. Left side, Shepard. 3 seconds to shoot. Bounce pass underneath. Jackson. Pump fake. Lays it up and in off the glass. Knicks lead is 5. Shot clock is off with 18 seconds to go in the quarter. McConnell picks up Brunson full court. Knicks lead 90-85. Brunson backing his way in on the right wing. Down to 7 seconds. Here comes Siakam with the double team. Bounce pass across Hart. Bad pass for McBride at his feet, and it goes out of bounds with 3.1 seconds to go. Hart rushed the pass. Knicks lost possession, and now that allows Rick Carlisle to send Tyrese Halliburton back in, and Tom Thibodeau answering by putting in DiVincenzo.
Of course, the Pacers are probably going to go for a highlight energy moment here. It doesn't take a lot of time for Tyrese Halliburton to get down the floor as Dante DiVincenzo goes to pick him up in the backcourt.
Inbound to Halliburton, down to 2 seconds. Lets it go just inside midcourt, off the back of the rim, bounces off. What a third quarter for the Knicks as they trailed by as many as 11 and will take a 5-point lead into the fourth.
So I talked about this in my keys with Dan Grassa. For me, pace is not to be defined by running up and down the floor and scoring a bunch of points. It is not allowing the Pacers to bait you into bad shots. And I think the Knicks have done a really good job of that outside of a window there in the third quarter to start the second half of this ball game. They've come back to themselves. They've been poised. And, man, we can't say enough about the tremendous shooting of Dante DiVincenzo and the impact of Alec Burks, considering he has been so far out the rotation.
32 points for DiVincenzo and Alec Burks, 14 points in 14 minutes off the bench. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 98.7 ESPN, WEPN FM, New York.
Knicks outscore the Pacers 24-8 over the last 7 minutes and 10 seconds of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up from Indianapolis. The Knicks lead the Pacers at 90-85. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Now, it all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
Made it!
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees 2024 Altima SD front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee to at lease in. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324. New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Back here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for the start of the fourth quarter. Knicks leading the Pacers 90-85. The Knicks offense, Monica, has scored 70 points over the second and third quarters combined.
Yeah, and one of the ways that they scored in that third quarter, they ran up the transition point 10-0, beating the Pacers at what it is that they like to do.
That was a big advantage for the Pacers earlier in this game. Knicks ball to begin the fourth quarter with Jalen Brunson on the bench. McBride, Burks, and DiVincenzo in the backcourt with Hart and Hartenstein. Hartenstein drives on Isaiah Jackson, gives to Burks. Behind the back dribble, bounce pass Hartenstein, back to Burks. Brings it towards the foul line, flip pass Hartenstein. Underneath pass to a cutting McBride. Shot clock down to 2. McBride's got to float it up. off the front of the rim. Rebound knocked out of Hartenstein's hands and scooped up by Nembhard. Nembhard left side pass. Siakam around Hart. Blocked by DiVincenzo. Taken by Hart. DiVincenzo in the front court. One dribble finds McBride. Back to DiVincenzo. No hesitation at all. He knocks down his 7th three-pointer, and the Knicks lead by 8.
Run it up.
93-85. 11-10 to go in the fourth. Jackson, one dribble, gives to Nembhard on the right wing. Nembhard lob pass inside to Jackson. Gathers. It's knocked away as he falls to the floor. He was also fouled. Foul is against Isaiah Hartenstein. You know, you love the gamesmanship, the chippiness, shall we say, between the teams, because Dante DiVincenzo gave the most half-hearted effort I've ever seen
You're right.
to help up Isaiah Jackson.
I was literally like, is he extending an arm out or is he just standing there?
Pacers ball, minute gone by in the fourth. McConnell pulls up 12 feet away left side, no good. Siakam the offensive rebound, and it's fouled by Hart.
That'll be just Josh Hart's second foul.
Fouled in the act of shooting. So Pascal Siakam with 17 points will go back to the line.
So one thing to take note of strategy-wise, you know, in these series I've loved reading the opposing team's local writers, and I read so many articles coming into this one talking about Rick Carlisle's rotation and taking T.J. McConnell out of the ball game even though he had been effective in New York. With just under 11 minutes to go, the starters, Turner, Nesmith, Halliburton, are resting, right? And now, granted, if they were to come in right now, they got a little bit of work to do to close the gap as the Knicks lead here by 8. But I'm going to be curious about their rest and refreshment, if that's the case, versus whatever it is the Knicks are going to have down the stretch of the fourth quarter. Now, bear in mind with that, though, Jalen Brunson also is still resting.
Siakam missed the first free throw. Second one is good. Knicks lead by 7. 10:53 to go in the fourth quarter. As you said, Brunson is on the bench right now. Josh Hart, guarded by Siakam, brings it inside the paint all the way to the basket, blocked from behind by Siakam. Jackson outlet pass to Nembhard to McConnell. Left corner, Shepard lines up a three off the front of the rim. Hart the rebound. Knicks want to push. It's DiVincenzo, has McBride, finds him to the lane, lays it up, no good, but a hard foul. Deuce McBride fouled by Siakam. Quickly gets to his feet, and Siakam picks up his fourth.
I have no idea what the extra would have been about. Dante DiVincenzo went to his guys. Pascal Siakam just shoves Dante DiVincenzo as the official. James Capers is standing right there. How much leeway we're going to give this guy?
We'll take a look at this. McBride goes up. Siakam fouls him on the arm. McBride was airborne, so it's a two-shot foul for Deuce McBride with 10.5 to play in the fourth quarter.
First of all, I commend the attack by the Knicks. That's two opportunities consecutively that they've looked to score in transition basketball, right? The last time I liked the attack by Josh Hart, Pascal Siakam gets the better of that one. The second time down, ahead to DiVincenzo, across court to Deuce McBride, unafraid to go up at Pascal Siakam, who's been navigating a little bit of foul trouble, but now you're in the fourth quarter, and he earns himself a trip to the free throw line.
Siakam to the bench with 3 other teammates as Rick Carlisle sends in 4 substitutes. McBride's first free throw is good, and so is his second. Knicks lead 95-86. This is their largest lead of the night. 10.5 to play in the fourth. Nembhard drives at McBride, who cuts him off, brings it right side. Now he circles towards the left side, lays it up with the right hand, can't get the roll. Hartenstein fighting inside. It's tapped to Toppin in the corner. New shot clock for the Pacers. Halliburton back in, splits the defense, kicks it out. Turner, open look for 3, and that's good.
We talked about the freshness of those starters. Miles Turner knocking down his second 3 of the night. He's certainly capable of stretching the floor in that way.
95-89. How long does Tom Thibodeau go with Jalen Brunson on the bench? Knicks lead by 6. Hart, one dribble, gives to Hartenstein at the high post. Back to DiVincenzo. Around to Hartenstein screen. DiVincenzo kicks it up top. McBride, open look for 3. He knocks that down.
They're going to review this. Oh, I hope Deuce's toe was not on that line. Oh, okay.
98-89 after the McBride three-pointer. It was very close. I was thinking the same thing you were, partner. But they give him 3 with 9:45 to go in the fourth. McBride guarding Nembhard across the timeline, brings it with the left hand. In and out dribble. DiVincenzo cuts him off. Back to McBride on Nembhard with the basketball between the legs. Nembhard from the foul line. Leaves his feet. Kicks it to Halliburton on the left side. Leaves his feet. And that's a blocking foul inside. The basket is good for Tyrese Halliburton. He and Deuce McBride collide midair. And Halliburton will have a chance at a three-point play.
An aggressive, strong, athletic take by Halliburton. But that's a play as he gets up kind of holding his backside. You wonder just because of how high he got up in the air.
Both players taking the brunt of that. Halliburton needs a moment to walk it off. McBride seems fine. So Halliburton to the line, trying to finish the three-point play. Right now it's 98-91. Free throw is good. So the Knicks lead is 6 with 9:25 to play. Alec Burks, guarded by Neesmith, brings it across the timeline. Hart sets him a screen. Burks turns the corner, stops at the foul line. Gives to Hartenstein on the right elbow. Hartenstein back to the basket, dribbles out of traffic. DiVincenzo, and he stepped on the sideline. Knicks turn it over.
I hate to see those calls in general. Got to know where you are on the floor.
Jalen Brunson up off the Knicks bench, heading to the scorer's table. Pacers inbounds, so Brunson will have to wait until the next whistle. 9:05 to go. Pacers trailing by 6. Halliburton crosses over, down the lane, finds Toppin in the right corner. Toppin towards the top of the key, hands it to Neesmith. Neesmith one-on-one with Burks, steps through, wild shot off balance, no. Burks, good box out for the rebound. Knicks get a stop there, 8:45 to play. McBride in the front court, left side for Hart. Hart brings it towards the left baseline. Picked up by Nembhard. High post. Hartenstein gives it right to DiVincenzo. Floats it up over Turner. Can't get the roll. DiVincenzo taps it out. Burks trying to save it. Can't. Goes out of bounds. Right next to the Pacers bench.
Goodness gracious. The Knicks are at least staying with it.
Burks may have been able to save that. Brent Barnaky, our official, was right in his path as he tried to stop the ball from going out of bounds.
The refs are supposed to be part of the inbound. They're part of in-play territory. Should have ran right through them.
98-92 back to the Pacers. Brunson back in the game. Halliburton lob pass, left block Siakam. Picked up by Hartenstein. Siakam facing up on Hartenstein in the paint. Stops his dribble. Kicks it back out. Halliburton. Shot clock down to 6. Halliburton around Hart. Gets to the basket and lays it in.
Halliburton is moving a little bit gingerly. They are targeting those mismatches again. They didn't go to him, but Miles Turner was under the basket being guarded by Dante DiVincenzo.
Knicks lead is down to 4. 98-94. 7:55 to go in the fourth. Brunson around Neesmith. Stops in the dotted circle. His pass is picked off by Halliburton. One-on-one with Josh Hart. Steps through, finishes off the glass. 98-96. Knicks lead by 2 with 7:35 to play.
35 points for Tyrese Halliburton. You certainly feel this 35 more than you felt the 34 at the Garden.
Hart drives, left side, DiVincenzo, and he's tripped up by Nembhard. Fouled by the Pacers.
This is where I think Rick Carlisle talked about his group needing to be better late in ball games. Andrew Nembhard has had tough assignments, both DiVincenzo and Jalen Brunson, over the course of this series.
Pacers have scored the last 7 points, and they're back to within 2. The Knicks shorthanded. Brunson turns the corner on Neesmith and is fouled on the shot attempt. Foul on Aaron Neesmith as Brunson went up for the floater.
I get it as a competitor, but the agitation display by Miles Turner, it's a foul, bro.
Rick Carlisle having a conversation with James Capers, our crew chief. Brunson wants the ball so he can attempt his first free throw. Rick Carlisle's not going to challenge it.
Carlisle is saying that the foul was on the floor is the issue.
It was very clearly in the act of shooting.
So there's 2 things that did happen. Miles Turner actually does get his hand on the basketball, but the contact from Neesmith happens first. So the whole thing is a continuation. It's worth 2 shots, and Jalen Brunson uncharacteristically misses the first.
He's 2 for 4 from the line tonight. Brunson has 19 points. He's played 31 minutes. 7:22 to go in the fourth. Knicks lead by 2. They lead the series by 2. How much do these Knicks have left? Brunson's second free throw is good, giving him 20. 99-96. Halliburton with 35 points, equaling Dante DiVincenzo so far. Halliburton crossover dribble, lobs it up inside, and a foul against Josh Hart going over the back of Turner.
Tyrese Halliburton is visibly limping. Of course, that's when he doesn't have the basketball in his hands, at least.
Halliburton began the series, game 1, questionable with back soreness. Played 31 minutes so far tonight. Pacers ball, the foul occurred on the floor. Turner between the circles, gives it off to Siakam. He's matched up with Hart. Siakam brings it right baseline, now cuts towards the center of the paint, turns around, foul by Hart, count the basket and one.
Pretty sound defense there by Josh Hart. A lot of physicality. I do think that one is probably worth the $35,000 because that wasn't getting called in New York.
And that brings us to a timeout on the floor with 6:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks all of a sudden clinging to a 1-point lead. Knicks 99 and the Pacers 98. Here in game number 3 in Indianapolis. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks are in. It's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. Download the BetMGM app and make every playoff game, every vital play mean more than ever. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years or older to wager and physically present in New York or New Jersey only. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you have experience working with young people, there are many who need your experience. Become a youth development specialist where you'll supervise and support young people in detention. It's challenging and rewarding. It's a union job with a $51,000 starting salary. It's using your life experience to make a positive impact on the lives of young New Yorkers. NYC residency not required. Apply to become a youth development specialist today at nyc.gov/YDS.
Sports fans, take your game day snack to a whole new level. Cibao Meat Products Jamoneta Campesino Salami, the MVP of flavor. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or slam dunks, this Hispanic-style salami is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Made with the finest ingredients and packed with zesty spices, Jamoneta Campesino Salami delivers a burst of savory goodness in every bite. Score big with Cibao Meat Jamoneta Campesino Salami. Available at your local supermarket. Remember, if you see our logo from the start, put it in your shopping cart. Cibao Meat Products, over half a century of tradition and quality.
This out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Best Trails and Travel. One other game tonight, and the defending champs are on the ropes. Denver at Minnesota, and the Timberwolves lead that best-of-7 series 2-0, winning the first 2 in the Mile High City. That's the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Visit them today for the ultimate travel experience at besttrailstravel.com. 6:58 to go. Knicks 99, Pacers 98. Free throw coming for Pascal Siakam. Partner, what else did you expect here in game number 3?
I mean, a ball game that will go down to the wire? For sure. The Knicks still have those 2 timeouts. I know you and I were a little bit concerned about that, but I think they should be okay with just under 7 minutes to go in this one. What I will say is it does feel like the officiating is starting to get a little tighter. I want to say on both sides, and we'll see if the Knicks are rewarded by being aggressive when they get the ball back offensively. That was a really tough guard by Josh Hart and a tough move by Pascal Siakam. For me, that call could go either way. That could have been a no call, and it could have gone against Josh Hart, which it does, in fact, do, as Pascal Siakam has the opportunity to tie this ball game back up.
The Knicks are in the penalty for the remainder of this fourth quarter. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. and each team does have its challenge remaining. Siakam knocks down the free throw, finishing the three-point play, and we're all tied up at 99 apiece with 6:55 to go. Here's Brunson guarded by Nesmith. Burke sets him a high screen. Brunson brings it left wing. Drives on Nesmith. Off the glass. Comes up short. Hartenstein crashes the board. Comes away with the rebound. To Brunson in the left corner. Shot clock at 10. Brunson one-on-one with Siakam. They clear out for him. A jab step. Another one. Around Siakam. Floats it up. No good. Siakam corrals the rebound and gives it to Nembhard. Isaiah Hartenstein is down. He's hurt. Coming back into the play. Halliburton for three. Front rim no. Loose ball taken by Josh Hart. Hard in the front court for Brunson. Drives at Halliburton. DiVincenzo open. Left corner three. Air ball. Rebounded by Halliburton. Still tied at 99 with 6:05 to go. Nembhard down the lane. Throws it up off the glass, and it's a jump ball. The Knicks tied him up.
Goodness gracious. We are watching the walking wounded on both sides of the floor. Isaiah Hartenstein is still grabbing at his left eye. Jalen Brunson has his hands on his knees. When Tyrese Halliburton doesn't have the basketball, he's noticeably limping. The war of attrition in this series is real.
Playoff basketball. Knicks, Pacers playoff basketball. Long history here. Burks and Nembhard, a very big jump ball here, and DiVincenzo steals the tap. He's off to the races with Nesmith. Drives right at him. Blocked from behind by Halliburton. Taken by Nesmith. Under 6 minutes to go. Still tied at 99. Halliburton side-to-side dribble, guarded by DiVincenzo. Goes left side around the screen. Picked up by Hartenstein. Cross-court pass. Turner saves it from going out of bounds. Lob pass inside, and a foul against Hartenstein. Siakam will go to the line for two.
So, it is not... I am not the type to complain about officiating on either side, right? You just got to be smarter. The Donte DiVincenzo attack, Tyrese Halliburton gets the basketball cleanly enough, but I think there's also a wherewithal that has to be there. Pump fakes, jump stops. You know guys are flying by. Use their speed against them. Pascal Siakam has been all over the place. We thought that he could be a differentiating factor in this series, and tonight he's proven to do that. He's active. Isaiah Hartenstein had to come over late to help, and he gets popped for the whistle.
Siakam misses the first free throw short. He missed two big free throws in the fourth quarter of Game 2 at the Garden on Wednesday. Tyrese Halliburton is motioning to the crowd to keep quiet with Siakam on the free throw line, and the contingent of Knicks fans are trying to make as much noise as they can. Still tied at 99. Second free throw, front rim, and it drops in. So the Pacers lead 100 to 99. Hart to inbound to Brunson. 5:40 to go here in the fourth. Brunson against Nesmith in the front court. Left-handed dribble. Burks comes out to set him a screen. Brunson on the hesitation dribble, cuts back left side. Inside the paint. Jump stop. Burks, left corner. Fires a three. Too strong. Hartenstein the offensive rebound. DiVincenzo one pass for Hart. Down the lane. Contact. Offensive foul against Josh Hart. And Tom Thibodeau immediately looks back to the bench to see if he should challenge.
I don't think this one is going to get challenged.
He will not.
I really want Josh Hart to go ahead and one dribble, couple dribble, pull up, or we haven't really seen him shoot the three, and I know it's probably a little bit to do with fatigue.
Nembhard drives. Brunson tries to take the charge, and he does. Brunson answers, stepping up to take the charge against Andrew Nembhard with 5:13 to go. Monica, the previous foul against Josh Hart was his fifth.
All right, I thought it was going to be his fourth. Okay, that's important. We're now 5 seconds out of clutch time.
5:05 to go. Brunson across the timeline. Knicks trail by a point. Brunson at the top of the key. One-on-one with Nesmith. Backs to that with the right-handed dribble. Right side pass, Burks. Couple of head fakes. He pulls up for three. No good. Off the backboard and rim. But Nembhard couldn't grab the rebound, and he knocks it out of bounds.
I like the look by Alec Burks. You got to continue to shoot the basketball with confidence.
He's missed his last two. He has given Tom Thibodeau a lot tonight, and now Deuce McBride comes into the game. Alec Burks to the bench, 14 points in 21 minutes. Knicks will inbound, 4:50 to go in the fourth, 100 to 99 Pacers. DiVincenzo in the left corner gives it back to Brunson. Brunson, center of the court, now brings it right side. Matched up with Turner. Crossover dribble a couple of times. steps through, floats it up. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound corralled by Turner.
Softly. That's a soft miss. So close. Gosh, the margin of error is just so thin. The Knicks have to defend here and be prepared to defend these switches.
Halliburton with the in-and-out dribble tries to get around DiVincenzo. Knocked away by Hartenstein. Loose ball out of bounds off of the Knicks.
That's what Aaron Neesmith last.
And Tom Thibodeau asking his bench what they see. We're in that point of the game where every close call you have to consider the challenge. Meanwhile, Aaron Neesmith is still down on the floor. Looks like he's dealing with a arm or shoulder issue.
Look, I think Tibbs is going to use it.
Yes, he is. Tom Thibodeau.
Oh, gosh, the replay on television. I'm not sure Jalen Brunson didn't get the last touch underneath Neesmith. Oh.
Well, they will certainly take a very close look at that with 4:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks challenging the ruling on the floor, which was out of bounds off of the Knicks. 4:23 left. Pacers 100, Knicks 99. Tom Thibodeau calls timeout, using his final challenge of the game. Will step away from Indianapolis. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
When Mercedes-Benz owners choose Open Road of Bridgewater, they choose the best of the best, because at Open Road Bridgewater, you can be sure to find excellent service, excellent pricing, and first-class experience. And that's why Mercedes-Benz named them the best of the best. They're honored to receive this prestigious award. Choose the best of the best. Choose Open Road of Bridgewater on Route 22 East, or visit them online at openroadmercedesbenz.com.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn, or call 718-WINDOWS.
The NBA playoffs are here, and we all know playoff mode is a thing. Listen to the evidence. Playoff crowds are going wild. Playoff players are lighting up the court. Even your speakers are in playoff mode. Okay, we'll take it down a notch, but just a notch, because this is the Turn It Up to 11 NBA playoffs. Playoff mode is clearly a thing.
It's what you love about playoff basketball.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel continue on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Back here in Indiana, an unsuccessful challenge for Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau. Upon review, the ball was knocked out of bounds off the hand of Jalen Brunson. So it will be Pacers ball on the baseline. 4:23 to go in the fourth quarter, and they lead the Knicks 100-99.
Yeah, that is. It would have been a big call, but the Knicks still have one timeout remaining, which is important because this thing probably will continue to be tight down the stretch. The Pacers have 2 timeouts. I think it was a good challenge. And literally, as we were going to break, I didn't even see Jalen Brunson's hand initially on the play. It was a slow replay by our friends at ESPN. I think they're saying Neesmith was already out of bounds when the ball makes contact with his knee or left hand, whichever you want to decide.
So that leaves the Knicks without a challenge. And as you said, they have 1 timeout remaining. Knicks are also in the penalty. Pacers have 2 timeouts left. They have a foul to give, and they still have their challenge. They also have the ball. Nembhard to inbound along the baseline, finds Halliburton on the right wing, who brings it back up top and gives to Siakam. Right back to Halliburton. DiVincenzo fell down. Halliburton, high post, bounce pass for Siakam. Camped out in the paint. Ball away, comes up short. Part the rebound, and he was fouled from behind by Turner, and that was the Pacers' foul to give.
So at least the Knicks now will be shooting. So they should be aggressive. They should be smart and take advantage.
Foul on the floor, so the Knicks inbound in the backcourt. They'll be shooting from here on out. 4:11 to go. Knicks with the ball. Down by 1. They're 2 for 12 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Short-handed, playing a lot of minutes. Brunson around the McBride screen. Brings it back towards the center of the court. Between the circles, Brunson guarded by Neesmith. Drives on him. Ball back, left elbow, knocks it down. Knicks lead 101-100.
That is a tough basket, but Jalen Brunson is digging deep and finding the lift that we've seen him come up short on periodically through the course of this ballgame.
3:43 to go. Pacers ball. Here's Halliburton. DiVincenzo meets him in the front court. Halliburton stops his dribble. Lob pass right side Siakam. One dribble right back to Halliburton on the Pacers logo. Lob pass now Siakam down the lane. Wild shot, and it's a blocking foul. Brunson tried to take the charge, but he's called for the foul.
And even if you wanted to, you're now out of challenges. Based on what we've heard throughout this season, oh man, I don't know about that one. Well, Jalen Brunson's right foot might be on the restricted arc, and I think there may be some commentary about him absorbing the contact straight on. I don't know. Here we are.
Either way, Knicks without their challenge. 3:30 to go in the fourth. So Siakam to the line for 2.
He had both feet out of the restricted area for whatever it's worth.
Siakam 5 for 7 from the line tonight. First one is good. Ties the score at 101. Knicks closing group right now. Brunson, McBride, DiVincenzo, Hart, and Hartenstein. Pacers have their starting 5 on the floor. Halliburton, Nembhard, Neesmith, Turner, and Siakam, who has one more free throw coming. Siakam with 23 points, now 24. Hits them both. Pacers up 102-101. 3:25 to go in the fourth. Brunson calmly into the front court. They clear out for him. Here comes the McBride screen and the double. Brunson behind the back dribble, nearly lost it, stays with it. Splits the defense and fouled by Neesmith. Foul on the floor, but the Pacers are in the penalty, so Brunson will go to the free throw line.
This is an opportunity to be consistent, right? We saw Josh Hart play tough defense on Pascal Siakam. Aaron Neesmith is playing tough defense on Jalen Brunson, but it does not mean that it is without contact. Now, I'm willing to say that on both of those plays, if you consider all things equal, the contact is marginal.
Rick Carlisle calls timeout. He is going to challenge this foul call against Aaron Neesmith with 3:15 to go in the fourth quarter. 102-101 Pacers lead. Monica, Tom Thibodeau is irate because the officials gave Rick Carlisle what in Tom Thibodeau's estimation was a lot of time to take a look at that last play to see if he wanted a challenge.
Yeah, I think moving forward that might be something that the referee committee and the league have to look at, right? Because we've seen coaches try to get challenges in, but it's moving too fast, and then now, like, sort of this laissez-faire opportunity in favor of an indecisive team as they're deciding whether or not they want to challenge. And in fact, Coach Shibbs has talked to us about it not being a lot of time to make the decision typically.
The other thing to look at, as we always do, is imminent possession. Brunson tried to split the double team with the dribble. It was knocked out of his hands by Neesmith. That's where the foul was called. Now, was the ball going out of bounds anyway, or was it going to a Pacers player, at which point they would get possession of the basketball?
I don't know that this will be returned, not so much because of the right hand of Neesmith that swipes at the basketball, but maybe because of that left that looks to be camped out in Jalen Brunson's back as he's making this play.
And actually, we just saw a second angle, so the ball was knocked out of bounds. It looks like it was knocked out of bounds off of Neesmith on the reach it, which was originally called a foul. But what a successful challenge would do for the Pacers is keep Brunson off the free throw line.
Correct. And the foul is taken away from Neesmith in addition to that.
So James Capers, our crew chief with Kevin Scott, continue to look this one over in contact with the replay center in Secaucus. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. So 3:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Pacers 102, Knicks 101 in game number 3. The foul was called against Aaron Neesmith, which would send Brunson to the free throw line. And here's the result of the challenge.
Upon review, the ball is legally touched first by Halliburton, then second by Naismith, who keeps his legal defensive path on the floor. The ball immediately goes out of bounds, but we have a jump ball, center circle, any two in the game at the time.
So not Knicks possession.
Shout out to Carlisle, man.
If the ball was touched legally by Halliburton and then legally by Neesmith, it would stand to reason that one of those two players knocked the ball out of bounds.
There's a thought.
But they're going to jump it up at center court with 3:15 to go. Hartenstein and Turner as we started the night. 102-101 Pacers lead. Rebound is won by the Knicks as McBride got it. Hands to Brunson. 18 on the shot clock. Brunson just inside midcourt. Neesmith all the way up on him. Brunson drives. Hesitation, dribble, drives again. Finds McBride, right corner, three-pointer, in and out. Rebound grabbed by Nembhard.
It's a great look by Deuce McBride. You got to continue to shoot the basketball with confidence.
2:50 to go. Pacers the ball and a 1-point lead. Here's Halliburton around the Siakam screen. Halliburton circles to the right side. Picks up his dribble, finds Siakam top of the arc. 5 seconds to shoot. Siakam pulls up over Hartenstein. Front rim, no. Hart the rebound. Hart looks to push. Outlet pass to Brunson. 2:30 to go. Hart down the lane around Siakam. Foul going to the basket with 2:26 on the clock, and Josh Hart will shoot two.
The pressure that Josh Hart creates, it's tough to duplicate with anybody else on the floor consistently. He's got the combination of speed and strength. He cleans up that rebound and then can just go, and the Pacers are not attentive enough to stop the basketball.
So Hart to the line for the first time tonight. He has 9 points, 4 assists, and 18 rebounds. Knicks trail by a point. First free throw for Hart is up, and it rolls around and it's no good.
Much like the last couple of shot attempts for the Knicks, softly up on that rim, but just unable to find the bottom of the net.
To reset things for the Pacers, because they won their challenge, they still have their challenge, and they still have 2 timeouts remaining. Hart hits the second. We're tied at 102 with 2:26 to go in the fourth. Back and forth all night between the Knicks and the Pacers. Siakam gives it to Halliburton. Bounce past Siakam at the foul line. Turner fakes the right side three. Good closeout by Brunson. Now they swing it around to Halliburton on the left wing. 2:10 to go in the game. Halliburton's pass is deflected and stolen by Hart. Trying to split two Pacers to the basket. Blocked from behind by Turner. Taken by Siakam. Here comes Halliburton. 2 minutes to go. Tie game. Nembhard drives the lane. Lays it in with the right hand. Pacers lead 104-102.
There have been a couple of times that the Knicks have attacked in transition. They got to know that the Pacers are running with them. You got a better shot at jump stopping and pump faking, letting their momentum run you over.
Minute 50 to go. Brunson is fouled from behind, trying to elude Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton whistled for his first foul, and that will send Brunson to the free throw line with 1:45 to go.
These are obviously big free throws. The defense was so good by the Knicks. They collapsed on Tyrese Halliburton. They trapped. They knew he was trying to get that pass to Miles Turner. They broke on the pass. And Hart, usually I would say go ahead. But with this time and score in mind, he's got to feel 3 Pacers running with him. But nonetheless, Jalen Brunson a chance to even this ball game up at the line.
3 for 5 from the line so far tonight. Brunson's first is up, and it's well short.
That is a fatigue free throw if I ever saw it.
1 more to come. Knicks trail 104-102. Each team in the bonus. 1 timeout for the Knicks, 2 for the Pacers. Second free throw for Jalen Brunson. That one is good. Knicks trail by 1, minute 45 to play in Game 3.
Now, just like that last possession, the Knicks need to be attentive to what the Pacers are looking to do and if they're going to trap or not.
Halliburton inside the paint, right corner. Turner kicks it out. Nembhard wide open for 3 on the right side. Well short. Long rebound, though, taken by Turner. Out to Halliburton. drives from the left side. Euro step, lays it up, no good. Hartenstein back taps it, but into the hands of Turner. A third chance on this possession for the Pacers. Minute 20 to go. They lead by 1. Bounce pass, high post, Siakam, right corner. Nembhard tries again. That one is no good. Turner fighting for the rebound. It's taken by DiVincenzo. Knicks have the ball down 1. Minute 10 to go. Brunson in the front court. Sees the matchup he likes with Nembhard. Drives at him. Backing his way in from the right side. Spins. Flips it up. No good. Too strong. Rebounded by Turner with a minute to go. Outlet pass, Siakam in the front court. Drives. Lays it up. Blocked by Hartenstein. It's a goaltend against the Knicks. Count the basket with 54 seconds to go. Pacers lead 106-103.
The part of that that's frustrating is I actually don't think that basketball would have gone over the rim anyway.
Knicks inbound quickly down to 50 seconds to play. Brunson across the timeline. Knicks trail by 3. Brunson from the top of the arc. Between the legs, dribble a couple of times. Fires a 3. And he knocks it down. And we're tied at 106.
Here we go again. These cardiac Knicks.
Under 40 seconds to play. Halliburton around DiVincenzo right side. He fires a 3. That's no good off the back of the rim. Tapped into the hands of Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Shot clock is at 10. 27 to go in the quarter. Tied at 106. Halliburton double team near midcourt. Shot clock down to 4. Nembhard against Brunson. Fires a deep left side 3. Knocks it down with 16 seconds to go. 109-106 Pacers. Timeout Knicks.
Whoa. Huge shot by Andrew Nembhard, who's had a tough series guarding the combination of Jalen Brunson and Dante DiVincenzo. He was a few steps back from the three-point line and had to shoot that with the shot clock winding down. Whoa, that's a big one. I did not think that one was going to fall based on the distance.
It looked like on that possession, the Knicks defensively did everything right. After the Pacers corralled the offensive rebound, as you said, time was winding down on the shot clock, and that was not the shot that they would have wanted, but it certainly worked out for the Pacers.
The only wrinkle, there was like a soft trap on the opposite side of the floor while Tyrese Halliburton had the basketball. If that trap is a little bit more aggressive, does it cause more time to run off of that shot clock or the pass to be made under a little bit more duress? I don't know. But with 16.4 to go and a guy that has knocked down 7 of 10 threes tonight, you gave it all you got if you're the New York Knicks, and you have an opportunity here.
Knicks use their final timeout. 16.4 seconds to go. 109-106 Pacers. Both teams in the penalty. Indiana has 2 timeouts remaining. They also have their challenge. The Knicks do not, but it doesn't matter because they're out of timeout. And Tom Thibodeau going extremely small for this offensive possession.
He's going to his three-point shooter.
Alec Burks in. Isaiah Hartenstein out. So Burks is out there with DiVincenzo, Hart, McBride, and of course Jalen Brunson. Knicks will inbound front court right side. Down by 3. DiVincenzo's got to get it in. Finds Brunson. Fakes the 3. One dribble. Flips it up. No good. Shepard grabs the rebound. Outlet pass to Nesmith. And Burks has to give the foul with 9.4 seconds to go.
Very rarely do I disagree with decisions that Jalen Brunson makes. But to play for the foul in that moment, very risky.
So to the other end of the floor we go, and Aaron Nesmith will shoot 2. This one to make it a 2-possession game with 9.4 seconds to go. Nesmith's first one is up and good. Nine points for Aaron Nesmith. Isaiah Hartenstein back in for rebounding. He replaces Burks. Nesmith with the Pacers leading by 4. Second one is also good. No timeouts for the Knicks. Quick inbound to Brunson. Has to sprint it into the front court. On the right side. Kicks it out. DiVincenzo fires the left side 3 off the back of the rim. And the Pacers are on the board in this series. They win game number 3, 111-106.
Can't say that I'm surprised by the effort and the focus that the Pacers played with tonight. And all things considered, the Knicks were still right there. A tip of the cap to Andrew Nembhard. That was a huge three that he was able to knock down with some distance from the three-point line. The Pacers were focused. They've been competitive all season long, and they're back at home. But the Knicks still hold a 2-1 series lead. Most importantly for the Knicks, you hope that everybody gets time to take care of their bodies between now and Sunday's matinee game.
Jalen Brunson is still out on the floor, just now finishing up a conversation with official Brett Barnaky. He heads back to the Knicks locker room. Look, this was in many ways, courageous effort for the Knicks. Short-handed. Obviously, Brunson questionable, not 100%. Playing without OG Anunoby. Finding a way to be in a tie game in the final minute here of the fourth quarter before Nembhard hits that huge three-pointer.
I mean, this team continues to leave their heart out on the floor, and you have to admire that. Series are a long stretch run, more like a marathon than a sprint. And so all things considered, barring anybody else pulling up lame after this performance, the Knicks should be confident in what they were able to do tonight.
So the final score, Pacers 111 and the Knicks 106. Knicks now lead this best-of-7 series 2-1 with Game 4 coming up Sunday afternoon, Mother's Day, a 3:30 matinee here inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. This was a tremendous game, and there's plenty to talk about on the post-game show with Dan Grassa. We'll do that next. Again, final score from Indy, Pacers 111-106 over the Knicks here in game number 3. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
NBA fans looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWell, saving lives, drip by drip.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is playing the loosest slots, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games, all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Bethlehem is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years of age. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FOODSAVE10 for the largest selection of international foods and all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce. And $10 off your first order of $50. Use promo code FOODSAVE10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Slomin's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. That's right, you don't need to make any payments for 18 months. Plus, Slomin's offers next-day installation. Get an AC system installed as early as tomorrow with no payments for 18 months interest-free. Call 516-932-7000 to get your free estimate. That's 516-932-7000.
18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. This offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the New York Knicks post-game show. Now here's Dan Grassa.
And we welcome into the New York Knicks post-game show. Dan Grassa with it. Well, Knicks short-handed tonight again. No OG Anunoby, and they found themselves trailing at halftime for the 4th consecutive game. Now, they had won the previous 3, and they actually had a good third quarter, took a 5-point lead into the final 12 minutes, but they went through a little bit of a drought offensively, and the Pacers made the plays when they had to. A lot of second-chance opportunities, and after Jalen Brunson tied things up with a three-pointer at 1:06, 40 seconds to play, it was Andrew Nembhard who beat the shot clock and hits the tie-breaking 3, which would stand Pacers get their first win in this series, 111-106. Knicks now lead the best of 7, 2-1. Game 4 coming up Sunday afternoon. A lot to break down. Let's do it right now with the duo that were on the call for this one, Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt. And Monica, I mentioned second chance opportunities, especially late in that fourth quarter. We know the Knicks have made a living of that, not just all year, but certainly in these playoffs. And in those last couple of minutes, though, with Indiana, who kept the ball alive, gave themselves chance after chance, and eventually got one to go.
Yeah, and I'll reiterate, Indiana came home. They understand the history of going down 3-0 in a series. There's a level of pride. There's a level of success that they've had this entire season, and so I expected them to come out and fight. Honestly, for the Knicks to be so close in terms of defending so well on that last possession, that last three that Andrew Nembhard hit was three steps back. It was deep. It was very optimistic. We're sitting here. I did not expect it to connect. And so it took a heroic effort, a big-time shot late in the ball game, 35 points from Halliburton, 26 points from Pascal Siakam. Tip of the cap to the Pacers. I also will say the $35,000 fine was absolutely worth it. I don't think that officiating is a major theme in this ball game. I actually think for the most part it was called pretty well, but Coach Rick Carlisle was heard for sure.
No, he absolutely was, and you figure that would be the case, Monica, right? I mean, that's right out of the coaching playbook, especially when it comes to the postseason in a series with so many back and forths. And, Pat, you can also point to, you don't know how those final couple of seconds would have transpired, but we go back to free throw shooting. It cost them down the stretch in one of those games against the 76ers in round one, and the last couple of minutes, Josh Hart missed 1 of 2, Jalen Brunson missed 1 of 2. Maybe the Knicks have a little bit of a different lead, maybe affects those last couple of possessions, but nevertheless, their fight and their ability to hang around and give themselves a chance to win this game tonight, albeit shorthanded, I think should be applauded.
It is incredibly impressive what they did tonight. Of course, Tom Thibodeau will speak shortly and say there are no moral victories and there's disappointment over the loss. You mentioned the free throw shooting down the stretch, and you wonder, I don't even think we have to wonder, Dan, reasonable minds can agree, that was fatigue, especially Brunson went to the line for one of them, and it was a 14-footer. He was exhausted. He was playing through an injury, and overall, the Knicks shooting in that fourth quarter, they were 4 for 19 from the field after they had shot 27 out of 42 in the middle 2 quarters. When you're playing, once again, essentially a 7-man rotation, Jericho Sims as the 8th man played 4 minutes in this game. At some point, it stands to reason that you're going to be gassed in the final period.
And, Monica, a couple of players on this team actually proved to be human tonight, namely Josh Hart, who couldn't play 48 minutes for, the 4th consecutive game or whatever it was. And Dante DiVincenzo, talk about how he played tonight. I mean, you think about 35 points carrying this team, and unfortunately, you pointed to fatigue. It also could have been settling in with Dante a little bit. Only 3 of those 35 points coming in the final quarter.
Yeah, listen, Dante DiVincenzo had historic effort. And I think it's funny, Dan, because we were talking in one of the breaks. It's like, if they lose close, would you have rather them just get blown out? But we know that the Knicks are never going to play with fate when it comes to basketball, and they're always going to compete. And so, again, continuing to build confidence off of your performance. I thought that the Knicks played well. I thought fatigue crept up on them late, and they're down 2 starters. 1 starter from their most recent performance. And so all things considered, there's a lot here to be proud of. And the competitive nature of this team continues to shine through with Alec Burks coming off the bench and putting up monster numbers.
Absolutely. And Pat, that's a good segue here when we begin to now turn the page and look ahead to Sunday in the game number 4 and an opportunity to get right back in control of this series because, look, chances are you're probably not going to have OG Anunoby again coming up in game number 4. Alec Burks, good to see him play 21 minutes tonight, 14 points. Those points could also come in handy coming up in game 4 if indeed you are going to be shorthanded when it comes to your rotation.
I think there was a lot of thought and a lot of hope, frankly, that Tom Thibodeau at some point would expand his rotation to include Alec Burks because over the course of his career, he is a proven professional scorer. Now, ever since coming back to the Knicks at the trade deadline in February, for whatever reason, the shot unfortunately hasn't been there. But he's been in big games before. He's a veteran. Scoring is what he does. And once Bojan Bogdanovic went down, Burks is the guy on that Knicks bench who can most closely give you what you were getting from Bogdanovic in terms of scoring. It was very nice to see that really his first opportunity of these playoffs, because he played 44 seconds in Game 2, so we're not going to count that. His first real true opportunity of these playoffs, he was up to the challenge, and he gave the Knicks a huge lift, especially in that first half, helping them stay afloat early on as Brunson was trying to get his legs under him, and the Knicks were just trying to keep pace with the Pacers. So hopefully that is something that he can build on and that Tom Thibodeau can build on, just in terms of keeping him a part of this rotation, because if OG Anunoby's not coming back, we thought that Jericho Sims might get a little bit of a look tonight. He only played 4 minutes. You've got to go deeper than the Villanova guys and Achua and Hartenstein and McBride, because we did see fatigue set in that fourth quarter. It was a tremendously courageous effort for this Knicks team. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, it results in a loss, and now the series is 2-1, and I'm not sure how much healthier they're going to be, 36 hours from now when these teams are back on the floor for Game 6 on Sunday afternoon.
And one thing, guys, that we know for sure now is that it's going to take at least 5, which means a trip back to MSG coming up on Tuesday, though this series still has some legs, and we'll see if the Knicks can bounce back. This has been a resilient group all year, and it's going to be put to the test again coming up on Sunday afternoon. Outstanding job by you guys, as always. Can't wait for Sunday. Enjoy the off day in Indiana.
We'll talk to you on Sunday. Thanks a lot, Dan.
All righty, that's Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt. They had the call of this one tonight. A 111-106 Pacers victory over the New York Knicks. Knicks lead in this best-of-7, now trimmed to 2-1. We are just getting started here on the Knicks postgame show. We come back, we'll take a listen to the highlights. We'll also get some player reaction here from Coach Tom Thibodeau and check out the out-of-town scoreboard around the rest of the NBA. And New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout.
Getting engaged will be one of the most exciting times of your life, and the winning team at London Jewelers is there to help you pop the question. The cutting-edge technology and trained professionals at London Jewelers can help you select a ring from their 2 by London collection or design the absolute perfect ring at any budget. So whether you're starting out or starting over, let the engagement experts at London Jewelers help you. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 7 locations, including Americana Manhasset and the Mall at Short Hills.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks are in. It's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. Download the BetMGM app and make every playoff game, every vital play mean more than ever. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years or older to wager and physically present in New York or New Jersey only. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you've ever asked yourself if you could do more to help struggling young people turn their lives around, apply to become a youth development specialist, where you will supervise and support young people in detention. It's challenging, it's rewarding, it's a union job with a $51,000 starting salary, and perhaps most importantly, it's a job that has a positive impact on the lives of young people. NYC residency not required. Apply to become a youth development specialist today at nyc.gov/YDS. That's nyc.gov/YDS.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Dan Grasso back on the New York Knicks postgame show after a 111-106 Pacers triumph over the Knickerbockers. Knicks now lead the best-of-7, 2-1. Game 4 coming up Sunday afternoon in Indiana, a 3:30 tip-off. Let's get to the highlights as to how this one all unfolded, and this is the Knicks' best parts of the game, brought to you by the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. No OG Anunoby for this one. He sat because of the strained hamstring suffered in the game number 2 victory, so it'll be Precious Achua joining the starting lineup tonight in place of OG. And how would Indiana come out, given the fact their backs are against the wall? No team has ever rebounded from going down 3-0 in a best-of-7. Well, their all-star point guard, who really flashed his form in game number 2, picked up right where he left off early.
Brunson around the Hartenstein screen, center of the court, brings it right wing, pulls up, right elbow, high arcer, it's an air ball. Halliburton the rebound, brings it up court. Halliburton into the front court, left wide open, so he pops another three, knocks that one down. Pacers lead 12-4. Quick outlet pass to Brunson. Knicks hurry it into the front court, and Jalen Brunson signals for a Knicks timeout.
Back-to-back threes there for Halliburton, and they have an early 12-4 lead. And Knicks came out cold. They were just 1 from 5 to begin the night shooting the basketball, but Halliburton there with a couple of trifectas, and Indiana was 4 or 5 to start this one out. Well, Halliburton, you know that he could hit the three. He can also attack the tin, too, and get down the lane.
McConnell in the front court. Drives on DiVincenzo, now backs it out. Cross court, Halliburton fakes the three. Couple dribbles inside the paint. Now he stops. Gets it right back from Shepherd on the right wing. Halliburton playing at such a fast pace. One-on-one with Hartenstein. Between the legs a couple of times. Slips through. Lays it up and in off the glass.
18-8 lead for the Pacers early on, and they're shooting 61% from the field at that stage of the game. And we got to the under 7-minute mark in the first quarter, and Jalen Brunson got subbed out. That's a lot earlier than we're used to seeing him go to the bench, and given the fact that he missed that time back on Wednesday night, aggravating that foot injury, you wondered if everything was going to be A-okay, but everything was fine. They just got him an early spell, maybe to manage that foot a little bit. But would the Knicks be able to respond? They already found themselves down double digits in that first quarter. Well, if Brunson wasn't going to carry the scoring load, look no further than his backcourt mate, Dante DiVincenzo.
24-17 Pacers, minute 20 to go. Hart right wing. Sims comes out to set him a screen, one dribble, and then to Brunson between the circles. Neesmith out on Brunson, all the way up on him, in fact. Brunson using the dribble to get away. Brings it left side. Up top, DiVincenzo, 2 in a row. Yeah! Knocks that one down.
24-20 as the Knickerbockers get a little bit closer there, and back-to-back threes for Dante DiVincenzo. That would take us to the end of the first quarter. Indiana would have a 9-point lead at 29-20, but the Knicks trailed by as many as a dozen in that opening quarter. And it would be DiVincenzo carrying the scoring load, 8 points to lead the Knicks. Tyrese Halliburton had 10 early for the Indiana Pacers. So now we fast forward to the second quarter, and Alec Burks would be inserted into the game. Remember, he had only played about a minute so far in this series, and he got to work quite early.
McBride beats everyone down court. Hart finds him. Now he kicks it out to Burks on the left wing as Indiana recovers. Hartenstein, top of the arc, one dribble, hands to Burks. Pulls up, top of the key jumper, and that is good for Alec Burks.
31-25 Indiana, and that's Alec Burks' first field goal of this series. So certainly a good sign to see. While Dante DiVincenzo was continuing to make his mark, making shots from the outside, and the Knicks were hanging around, making this a game, they would actually get it even, and then Alec Burks again would put them ahead for the first time.
4:15 to go. Knicks and Pacers tied at 46.
Alec Burks got to touch the rim. It's no center.
He fires a three and knocks it down. How about Alec Burks coming off the bench for 10 first-half points here in Game 3?
And by attack, I just meant be aggressive, so that's what I meant.
Knicks lead 49-46.
Perfect 3 of 3 from the field for Alec Burks, and the Knicks do have that 3-point lead, as you heard Pat say, 49-46. But then the Pacers would respond and go on a run of their own because it was evident early that Tyrese Halliburton was certainly in form tonight.
2:35 to go until halftime. DiVincenzo, left side pass for Hart. Finds a hole in the defense, bounce pass. Brunson, right corner three, in and out. It was halfway down. Siakam is back out there with 3 fouls, and he grabs the rebound. Here's Halliburton, steps into a three. That's good. It's 55-49 Pacers.
9-0 run for the home team, and they open up a 6-point lead there, 55-49. How about Halliburton? That was his 5th three already of the first half. He has 23 points. So could the Knicks keep this one within distance before going into the locker room? Well, leave it to Alec Burks.
There's a 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Knicks trail 61-55. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. Brunson just inside the midcourt line. Gets a little head fake to get away from Neesmith. Now Halliburton comes with a double. Brunson with 6 seconds to shoot. Flips it to Burks. Left side three. Rattles it home. Alec Burks with 13 first-half points.
61-58 Pacers, 13 points for Burks in the first half, as you heard Pat say. Knicks would be within 5 at the intermission, 63-58. Now, a good sign, at least going into halftime, the Knicks were 5-0 this postseason when trailing at the half. Now, as we know that number did not stand up because the Knicks were not able to pull this one out. But still important, especially the Burks contribution in that second quarter to keep this one within striking distance. Now, the Pacers go on a quick little 4-0 spurt that warrants a timeout from Tom Thibodeau to begin the second half at 67-58. But then the Knicks respond with a run of their own. And the guy leading the charge, Dante DiVincenzo.
Hart has not come off the floor this entire series. Gives to Hartenstein, top of the arc. DiVincenzo popping up. Bounces it to him. Fires a three, left side of the arc. That is good. DiVincenzo with 23 points.
Knicks within 3, 69-66. Then Josh Hart, believe it or not, would get subbed to the bench with about 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. He was only on the bench for 4 minutes, but remember, Hart had played 12 consecutive quarters before getting a little bit of a rest, so proving that he is human after all, even though he had another tremendous performance tonight. Knicks, though, were within this one, keeping it close, 71-66. Pacers go on an 8-0 spurt, but Dante DiVincenzo made sure the Knicks would have an answer of their own.
Halliburton splits the defense, blocked by Achua. Into the hands of DiVincenzo. Bounce pass ahead, Brunson. One dribble, back to DiVincenzo. Three-pointer in rhythm. Knocks it down. 77-71.
And I can hear it. There are Knicks fans in the building that just reacted to that three by Dante DiVincenzo. He pulled that one up in a crowd of Pacers defenders.
All right, so the Knicks go on a 5-0 run. They're within 6. That's after Indiana goes on an 8-0 spurt to take an 11-point lead. The Brazilians once again coming through. Knicks hanging around. They would find a way to take the lead. As Dante DiVincenzo says, forget about the three. I'm going to try this one a little bit closer.
McConnell brings it center of the court. McBride a step off of him. Lob pass down low for Toppin. Cross court, Shepard, right corner, around DiVincenzo. Blocked at the rim by Hartenstein. Taken by Hart. Ahead for DiVincenzo. Drives the lane. Count it, and the foul.
3-point play for DiVincenzo. Knicks have the lead at 84-83. They tack on another three and then make it a 14-4 run. And that 4-point lead at that point was their largest of the evening. But that lead would grow. The run would grow thanks to Josh Hart.
McConnell, right wing, on the right elbow, pestered by McBride. Shot clock down to 2. McConnell's got a drive, floats it up, no good off the side of the rim, rebounded by McBride. Outlet to Hart, has Burks on his left side. Hart, right to the basket, lays it in. He's got 9. Knicks lead by 7.
90-83 at that point. They would lead 90-85 going to the fourth quarter. So the Knicks in control of this game. Would they be able to close this one out? Well, Tom Thibodeau goes to his bench once again to see if they can continue to gain some scoring from that second unit. And Deuce McBride answered the challenge immediately.
Knicks lead by 6. Hart, one dribble, gives to Hartenstein at the high post. Back to DiVincenzo. Around to Hartenstein screen. DiVincenzo kicks it up top. McBride, open look for 3. He knocks that down.
98-89 Knicks, their biggest lead of 9. So feeling good about themselves, thinking that they're going to be able to walk out of here with a victory. But Indiana says not so fast. They go on a 9-1 run to bring this one a little bit closer. And Tyrese Halliburton was at the center of it all.
Brunson around Neesmith, stops in the dotted circle. His pass is picked off by Halliburton. One-on-one with Josh Hart. Steps through, finishes off the glass. 98-96. Knicks lead by 2 with 7:35 to play.
And then the Knicks really had a hard problem putting the ball in the basket at that point and allowed Indiana to then ultimately take the lead. Points were hard to come by. Pacers went up 100-99 with a little over 4 minutes to play as they were on an 11-1 run. Teams, again, pretty much at a stalemate. Neither could make a shot. Pacers' lead was 102-101 with 3:15 to play. Knicks had this one within a couple with inside of 2 minutes remaining in this ball game. Jalen Brunson, Knicks down by 3. Inside of a minute left in the game. Could the Knicks all-star find a way to get this one even?
Knicks inbound quickly down to 50 seconds to play. Brunson across the timeline. Knicks trail by 3. Brunson from the top of the arc. Between the legs, dribble a couple of times. Fires a 3. And he knocks it down. And we're tied at 106.
Here we go again. These cardiac Knicks.
Now, Brunson only made 2 threes on the night, a little bit off from what we're used to seeing, but that one was so huge. 106 all, 41 seconds to play. Now, back down the other end for Indiana, one of the hallmarks for this Knicks team has been their ability to get second chance points, keep the plays alive, attack the offensive glass. Except in the late stages of this game, 2 possessions consecutively, it was the Pacers who had the answers on the offensive boards. Tapping balls up in the air, keeping them alive, getting them back to the backcourt, getting more shots up at the rim, and they played pretty good defense on one of those sequences, did the Knicks, but Andrew Nembhard, with the shot clock winding down, would hit the backbreaker.
Halliburton double team near midcourt. Shot clock down to 4. Nembhard against Brunson. Fires a deep left side 3. Knocks it down with 16 seconds to go. 109-106 Pacers. Timeout Knicks.
And that would be all she wrote as the Pacers tack on a couple more. 111-106 the final. Knicks now lead the best of 7, 2-1. And that was the Knicks' best parts of the game, brought to you by the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, painting and repairing bridges and steel structures around New York for over 50 years. It is time now for tonight's Thriving Player, brought to you by Thrive Well Infusion. And we'll go ahead and give it to Tyrese Halliburton. 35 points to go with 7 assists for the Pacers All-Star point guard. And that was tonight's Thriving Player, brought to you by Thrive Well Infusion, New York's premier infusion and injection center, saving lives drip by drip. Let's pause 10 seconds and allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 98.7 ESPN, WEPN-FM, New York.
Still more to do on the Knicks postgame show. We come back. We'll get some player reaction. We'll hear from Coach Tom Thibodeau and also check out the out-of-town scoreboard on this Friday in the NBA playoffs. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Open Road BMW. Come visit their newly constructed state-of-the-art BMW dealership, conveniently located on Route 1 in Edison, New Jersey. Here you'll find over 7 acres of new and certified pre-owned BMWs ready for immediate delivery. If you need world-class service, their 50 service bays and the convenience of over 100 customer loaner cars are at your service. For an exceptional BMW buying experience in one of the tri-state's largest BMW facilities, visit openroadbmw.com.
After back on the New York Knicks post-game show, tonight the Pacers defeat New York 111-106. Knicks' lead in the series is now cut to 2-1. It's time now for the Knicks head coach report, and let us hear from Tom Thibodeau. What were his thoughts on his team's 5-point defeat tonight in Indiana?
Yeah, plays could have gone either way, and they didn't go our way. Yeah. They beat us to the ball, but I thought we did a lot of good things. Guys stepped up. We got a 9-point lead there, and then we had a couple plays that we got a little loose on, but for the most part, I thought we played a really good game. And hey, look, you got the goaltend, you got the charge. That's the way it goes.
Nembhard had no points entering the fourth. You just tip your cap when a guy makes a 30-foot three like that with the game on.
That's it. I thought, they had Halliburton had the ball. He had it going pretty good. Double teamed. We had good rotation. He made a tough shot.
Tom, loud. Sorry. Tom, you always say you don't really care that much how a game is called unless it's called evenly, consistently. Do you think it was?
I'm not going to say. I thought, from my vantage point, I thought those calls could have gone our way, but I'm not going to comment until I look at the film. So, but we just got to find a way to win. That's the bottom line.
They put Neesmith on Jalen for the game, and he was super physical with him around screens and that kind of stuff. How do you think Jalen handled that?
Fine. It's not the first time he's guarded him.
Considering how shorthanded you guys were, do you look at this game as a positive in any way?
We got to do better. Like that's in every game you play, you look at it the same way. So whether you win or lose, you look at the things that you have to fix, and we have to fix them quick, and that's the challenge of the playoffs. And that's our approach.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Jalen was taken out with 5 minutes left. 5 minutes into the first quarter. Was there like a minutes thing that he was on?
No. It was just he got hit, so I just wanted to make sure he was good.
Tom, obviously, tough loss, but the game that Burks gave you guys off the bench, not played well.
I thought he responded really well. I thought those minutes were really good. I thought Deuce really played well off the bench, and Jericho, it was a short stint, but played very well also.
Tom, with OG, is he able to run?
Pardon?
Is he able to run?
I haven't talked to medical, so I don't know, exactly what he's doing.
And that is the head coach, Tom Thibodeau. Still more for us to do here on the New York Knicks postgame show. We come back, we'll check out the out-of-town scoreboard and look ahead to Sunday's game number 4 after the Pacers get the victory tonight, 111-106. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, John, this is Mike from Massapequa. I want a Kia.
Hey, John, this is Rosie from Ozone Park. I want a Kia.
Hey, John, this is Frank from Middle Village. I want a Kia.
Hi, I'm John Starks. With over 200 vehicles in stock, our All-Star team will always put your needs first, making sure you always get a slam-dunk deal here at John Starks Kia.
Lease a Kia EV6 for $299 a month with zero down payment, $949 due at signing, no security deposit required, 10,000 miles per year, excludes tax, title, and MV fees, expires June 3rd.
John Starks Kia, stand tall.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
Dan Grasso back on the New York Knicks postgame show. Final tonight, 111-106. Pacers defeat the New York Knickerbockers. It's time now for the Knicks out-of-town scoreboard, driven by Nissan. Just one other game, and that is in the Western Conference, a Game 3 between the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. And Denver has a 28-20 lead after one quarter of play. Minnesota with a 2-0 lead in that best-of-7. T-Wolves are 6-0 in the playoffs, and they've held their opponents to under 100 points in 4 of the 6 games. And that was the Knicks out-of-town scoreboard, driven by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Now stick with MSG through round 2 for pre- and post-game coverage for every game that the Knicks play. Watch on MSG, or you can stream it for free on MSG Plus with an eligible TV subscription. And that is all for tonight. Once again, our final score, it was the Pacers over the Knicks, 111-106. Tonight's game was a production of the MSG Radio Network. The coordinating producer, Ray Santiago. Our engineer is Al Salisbury. Studio operations by Jacob